Yes. Acting like I don't know how to do this shit. Shout out to everybody that's gonna watch this on a playback first and foremost. Key and Carrie,
Mm-hmm.
where we key.
And we carry.
I am Troy.
I'm Damon.
And we are here with a another review for y'all. I'm sorry,
Oh,
I'm
you're
tongue tied
breaking
a
up,
little
yeah.
bit.
You're breaking up a little bit. I'm
Um,
not gonna lie.
my bad.
Oh no, you're good.
Xfinity, but it is what it is. We just gonna deal with it. But yes, shout out to the people that are gonna watch this on the playback. We are
Mm-hmm.
King Carrie. Obviously, we're King
Yes.
Carrie, but we are here with a Chasing Dallas review, season 4, episode 7. Um, it's gonna kind of let that marinate, let the people wander in. Join, happy Monday. Um,
Yes. Yes. Happy Monday.
how's Chicago? What's going on your end?
It's been really nice. Savion. Shout out to Savion in the comments. I sent you a link on IG, Savion. Yeah, we just started. Oh, 5 people already here. Damn. Okay. Shout out to the 5 people that
Yeah,
are
shout out to the people that are
here.
here.
Appreciate y'all. But
Yes.
yeah, it's kind of nice in Chicago, but it's gonna snow. Either it snowed today or it's gonna snow at some point. So I don't know.
Ghetto.
Weather crazy. Ghetto. Yes. Hey, Spicy Original. Thank you for being
Yes, the
here.
girl Spicy original is in the building. Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. So, 5 people are already here, so I don't even feel like we have to wait too long. We do have a guest coming later, or not later, a little later, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, before we wait for him, Savion. Um, no, you didn't. I don't have it. Oh no, I never sent it. Ooh, my bad.
Goodness.
Um, it was like in the little like message thing. But anyway, um, yes, if you are here during this live, thank you for being here. This is our review for
Mm-hmm.
Chasing Dallas, season 4, episode 7. I think it was called.
Snap,
I
crackle,
think I.
pop, baby.
Yeah, I never really remember what the name of the episodes are, so I'm proud of myself for remembering this time. But yes,
My
what were your
bad. Not you
thoughts?
remembering the title of this episode, and I just took that opportunity. I took that moment away from you. My
You
bad.
did, you did. How dare you?
It was Big Liddy. My bad. Deep cut, but my fault. Baby,
Yes,
Chasing Dallas, Snap, Crackle, Pop. I
yes.
said that this title should have been called Snap, Crackle, Ops. Because what is Uncle Robert Ray's beef with Trey Howard? Got his
You
foot
know,
on Trey Howard neck.
I've been saying I'm a birdie that fights for like the past day. Like honestly,
Oh, Bernie
I'm a
that
birdie
that
that fights.
oh Bernie that tussles. Oh, Bernie that
Yes,
rumbles. I was
I
like,
said okay. Yes, people are pouring in. Blue Devil Babe, thank you for being here.
hey, shout
Yes,
to the Blue Devil,
gorgeous.
but shout to everybody that's here. Shout to everybody that's
Yes,
watching.
Trey Carter, thank you for coming back. Appreciate you. I remember you from the last live we did.
Yes.
Yes, the crew. Thank y'all for being here. We appreciate y'all. But but yeah, this episode, it was a lot. I know they're usually like the episodes are usually like what 1.5 hours, like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But this seems like so much longer for some reason. I guess just because of everything that was happening.
Yeah.
But what's your general thoughts? And definitely let us know your comments in the chat. We'll definitely highlight them, respond to them after we give
Mm-hmm.
our little opinions.
I said this was an okay episode. There were some highs and some lows, but
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like the lows just kind of overtook the more positive moments from this episode. So I was like a
Okay.
little confused with that. I'm just over the drama. I feel like I say that like no shade, but I feel like I say that like with a
Every
lot
web
of
series.
web series. It's
A
no
lot of
shade,
web
but it's
series.
just like the drama is like repetitive. It's kind of juvenile. But
Yeah.
like I do want to just take a moment to talk about like the highs and some of like the positives from this episode. Well, we'll be talking about them throughout the review, but this was an okay episode. Like I was just living for the camaraderie as Astro Jaja. Shout out to Astro Jaja. He needs to go from Jaja to Jaja. ZAA. What is it?
Yes.
ZSA. ZSA. baby. Get that
It
French
should
on there.
be it should be Astro, haha. You know how like you pronounce certain like J words in Spanish with yeah, there we go. There we
My
go.
goodness.
But yeah,
Okay.
shout out to Astro.
So Silent J is basically what you saying.
A
Astro
Silent
Yaya.
J. Yeah.
That's messy. I'm here for it. But Yawn, what was your thoughts? Episode 7.
I thought this episode was pretty decent. Just to talk about the drama, you were talking about how like the drama is repetitive. I feel like it's just because it's not genuine. Like I feel like a lot of the drama, like they come on the show and they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna need to be shady. I'm gonna need to create something, some sort of drama, which I understand because like that's what keeps a lot of people watching. But like it just seems so contrived, and then it's like it's so funny because it reminds me of Chasing LA, the first season when they had that networking event, and like Hershey was like, we just met each other. I think that all the time because I'm just like,
yeah,
not to derail, but like if I'm just meeting somebody, especially in a business like professional setting, I'm not about to be like shady, or I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have my representative, like
right.
you know, the best part of me, because I don't know what you give, you know, I don't know you, so I don't have no reason to like be rude to you or anything. But I feel like the girls come on and they just like, I feel like it's like that Real Housewives mindset. Like they watch Real Housewives and they're like,
They imitate
oh,
what they
like,
see. I also feel
yeah,
like a lot of those I feel like a lot of people on this cast are like friends with production, and that's why they got
okay.
the spots on the season. Because it's like we
Really?
7 episodes in. Like, what the
Some
fuck are
people,
you
yeah.
actually doing? Like, people
No
keep
shit.
saying
I'm
like,
like,
"Oh, I have
why?
this
Why is you
hustle."
here?
Yeah, that's what it's getting.
Like,
How why is you here?
why is
Like,
you here? Like,
7 episodes
yeah.
in, and it's like, what do you have going on other than being like shady? So
Deep cut, but it's kind of giving, shout out to anybody who watches or even knows about South Central Baddies. It's kind of giving the like, you know how it was like the main girls that everybody knows, and then it was just like random girls in the house, like they would come through, and it's like, who are you? Like, I've never seen you before in my life. Like, that's kind of what this is giving. Like,
baby, every time like a corner or every time my camera would turn like a corner in the South Central Baddie house, you would see like a new girl. Like,
right?
where
I'm
did you
like, who
come
is
from?
that? Like,
Like,
where did you come from?
I feel it.
But yes,
yeah, the drama doesn't seem organic, and it's stale, honestly.
it's still, and I feel like there are a couple cute jabs in there that we can talk about, like Spicy Original. You're wearing Toms, and it was cold outside. I know his ankles was. Ooh, I know his ankles was going through. Because those Toms was not supporting his ankles. But yeah, Trey Carter, like the drama just seems a little forced, and then it's like the telephone. I don't know. It's like people are doing things that it seems like they wouldn't do in a normal sense, like in a normal everyday situation, but they're doing it on the show, and it's like, I need you to be just like yourself, you know, like. But oh my God, Spicy Original, not South Central squatters, my
squatters, baby,
not them squatting in that mansion,
baby, in that $3 million mansion, according to Special K.
Was it $3 million? I don't know about all that. I don't think they can afford the insurance on that. But
not South Central squatters, my goodness.
Oh my God. Spicy Original, you ain't right. But yeah. But there were a couple cute moments on the show. Obviously the showcase was dope. I enjoyed that. So like we can definitely get into that, because I feel like it was pretty good. Like everybody seemed very confident, and like their raps were well written. So
yeah,
I was here for
it. Was we're gonna talk about it, because that damn that damn showcase was like, anyway. Do you want to bring on the guest? All right, very special guest.
I will as soon as he pops in. Let me just double check and make sure, because I sent him the link, but I guess he'll pop on whenever he feels like it. But oh hey, Magic user. Oh, I remember you too. Thank you for coming back.
Yes.
Jay went way out of his lackluster performing way to bring up some drama from Astro.
We're gonna talk about that. Did you think
it was lackluster? I feel like, well, that the dancers were doing most of the work. The dancers and the
were
man that was on stage.
No shade.
Yeah.
We gonna talk about that. Mr. Jet Jeff like being messy. It was a lot of people being messy at this damn showcase. Like it was a lot going on.
And I also want to say shout out to Jet Jeff for getting him he stayed with a handful of men. He was rubbing up on who was it? Robert Ray.
Candyman,
He
Robert
was rubbing
Ray.
up on it. I was like, okay, I see the schemes. A lot of schemes setups.
I just need Jet Jeff to own his sexy. Baby, stop coming to video shoots dressed like you going to church. Like you going to bingo hall.
Giving church girl. Like yes. But
my bad, you on.
No, you good. I see Savion is here, so I'm gonna bring him on real quick. What's up? What's up? Can you hear us?
Shout out to Savion. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
All right, good Bad Boys Club host, baby.
Yes, this brings us back. Wow, what an era.
Oh, what a time, baby.
But yes, how are you feeling this night? How are you feeling about the episode?
I'm doing good. My apologies for being late. I'm actually out for my brother's birthday then, but we're about to leave anyway, so I'm in the car right now waiting for them.
Cute.
What was the other question after that? I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good. How did you feel about the episode? What are we like 7 episodes in? What is it giving?
This was the episode with the performance and then them outside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going in chronological order, right? Or are we just doing this randomly? Like y'all didn't get into the episode like this scene, that scene yet?
Wait, what you say? I couldn't hear you.
You asked how I felt about this episode so far.
Oh yeah. How did you feel? Sorry, you kind of broke up.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Kinda. You're like kind of muffled
just
a little bit.
It's kind of like staticky.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you better.
So, my thoughts on this episode was just like any other episode. It was good. I really didn't pay too much attention to it because the first time I was like in my own little world, but I rewatched it the second time because I don't know if anybody's been paying attention. Everybody's been going live and going at it with each other, and TTB doing what he do best, and so I wasn't too invested in it, but I went back to watch the entire episode to understand where all these imaginary issues were coming from with them, and now I understand. But overall, I don't see nothing wrong with this episode, but I do feel like I feel like it's a lot of animation going on with like more than like 4 people.
I could see that. I feel like it's just a lot of like, I don't know. I just feel like people are going out of their way to like create drama, and it's like, for why? Like, especially since some people like, what's the fashion blogger's name?
Keyshawn.
Keyshawn. I feel like Keyshawn like hasn't really shown us anything, but he keeps going out of his way to like starting with Robert Way about it was like the whole safety pin comment. I was like, you clearly just want a moment out of this. Like, I would have just been like, okay, yeah, I'm wearing safety pins, whatever. But like, you brought it up again after the fact. It was just like, but we haven't seen what a fashion blogger does. Like, we haven't seen you meet with nobody. We haven't seen you conceptualize anything. So it's just like, all we see are your fits, which some of the fits are cute, but it's like, that's it. Like, we need more.
Right.
I feel like for you to be on this show.
I agree. Like, no shade, like DeAndre. I don't even know if DeAndre is like a part of this goddamn cast, but why isn't anybody asking him what's going on with this damn lounge? Like,
true. It's the,
like, why isn't anybody asking him what's going on with the lounge? Like, baby,
I don't know.
You say who could? I'm like, where? Like, right. Let's go, but nah. So it's just a bit odd. Like, it's crazy because like, even with Chasing Atlanta and last season of Chasing, I felt like the last season of Chasing Dallas, I'm sorry, their hustle, like their grind, their career was literally broadcast. It was kind of like the forefront of the show, where I feel like the drama this season has taken like the front seat, and like the actual talent and the craft is like back burner. And you know what Tiffany New York Pollard said, I'm no back burner bitch. So let's just get the positives, the drive, the grind. Like,
Wait, are you
broadcast.
no shade, but are you using your laptop? Because you breaking up crazy right now. Like,
Oh, damn. Am I?
yeah, it's like I can kind of hear what you're saying though, but it's like you're kind of breaking like
No, I'm using my phone. Let me leave and come back and see if that works.
okay, cool. All right. But yeah, to add on to what he was saying, wait, Savion, how do you feel about the drama? Because you said you ain't had no issue with this episode. So like, are you entertained by like what's happening or
I'm at the point where I'm just like, it is what it is, and I don't really take some of them seriously. I really don't.
you
Even
sound
when
over
like
it?
I am over it because it's just I don't know. Like I was just telling Calvin the other day when I was on the phone. I'm like, girl, I just turned 25. I just told Casey the other day, like when I turn 26, I feel like this whole reality TV shit, I won't even be watching none of this stuff. Like not to get off topic, but even with Zeus and
Yeah,
baddies and all this stuff, it's just draining, and we got a lot of shit going on in the world that we really need to pay attention to, and everybody just focuses on dumb shit. It's just like I'm getting I'm not even old. Like I'm not even 27 to be sitting there talking like this. But it's like what is y'all arguing over about? Like what is the actual beef? And
I feel that.
my thing about it is just like I'm gonna wait till we get to that whole scene when it was outside because I got a lot to say about that.
Okay. I mean, no, I kind of agree with you. I mean, I feel like we always need some type of something light and fun to like take your mind off of the bad stuff. But I do wish it was, I don't know. I just wish it had more substance. And like these shows have been on for so long. And this is no shade to Andario or anybody that's a part of, the Chasing Reality production. I just feel like they've gotten better with like the editing and like, the camera work, the technical aspect. I want them to get better with like actually like conceptualizing these storylines and like the people that are going to be on the show. There's always going to be drama. I mean, that's reality TV. That's any media period, even scripted stuff has drama in it. But like I need to just be elevated after being on for so long. But I completely understand what you're saying. Um Hey, Will, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Um, that lounge will be done when G Status not when G Status season 3 comes out. I thought Tubi was supposed to take that, and it still hasn't come out
Sorry,
yet. That's
that's a whole other story. I don't know what the fuck is going on over here in KL's camp. And I'm
I
seeing
wonder
that
did
they
they
filming.
lose it?
I
Did they
heard
lose
that
the
they were doing.
contract? With
Let
because
me
they
tell you
had a
something.
contract with Tubi.
I don't know nothing about that, but I know that I heard that there was supposed to be a LA and New York coming out, but
Mhm.
I've been seeing that they've been filming something else and they're all out on vacation doing something else. And I'm just like, how y'all doing all that and y'all didn't even film whatever. But um
Yeah.
to go back to Chasing Dallas, someone said something about work scenes. I do feel like some of them are showing their
Hmm.
work. I do have to agree. I feel like the only ones that I feel like that are showing their work, the only ones I feel like that are actually showing what like chasing is Astro, Ted. I forgot his name. The Latino
Oh,
rapper.
Jet.
Jet.
Joan
Yeah,
Jet,
him
baby.
and am I missing anybody? Trey Howard. I feel like more.
You
I mean,
know,
we know what Trey Howard do, but I feel
shout
like
out to YB, but YB said he YB said that Trey he had used all his stuff on his actual show, Styles by Howard, and now it's like, okay, well, I mean, I didn't work super hard showing my stuff on this show. Now I can just be like a key on this show. So shout out to him for saying that, but I kind of feel like he's right. Like I feel like
no, he
Trey
is
was
right.
like,
I agree with him.
I just did all my other stuff. So
I agree. Cause Trey's being messy as hell. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, cause so where exactly did y'all leave off before I entered again?
Well, Savion was just talking about how like he's kind of, I don't know, he's kind of over the whole like web reality type of situation, just because I guess
Reality in general, and just web series.
oh yeah, reality in general. And I was just saying I understand, but I feel like I kind of agree with the president. Shout out to the president. Thank you for being here. I feel like we kind of always need that mindless like TV. I mean, I feel like they could work to like add more substance to these shows, but I also don't want like I want something to be able to relax and like watch on my own. Like I don't want something that's always going to be serious. But I feel like it's like the same repetitive drama that's kind of boring me. But Magic User said YB is correct, and even Trey admitted that. Yeah, I mean that was a lot of work he showed. Like that show was like not a lot of drama at all, really. So like I understand if he doesn't really have much to show on this season. He's just kind of there to like hang out. Um, but he is orchestrating all this damn drama, as y'all see in the thumbnail. Um, but yes, we live a
My
babe.
See, but that's
goodness.
the thing.
Um,
That's the thing, though. He's orchestrating all this drama, but then it's like he's mad and going on TTB Live complaining about something that Nicole said and this person said. I'm like, y'all can't be picky choosy. Y'all know how I am when it comes to that shit. Like, but yeah,
no, I mean. I mean, I get it. He's playing the villain this season. At first, I was on his side at first because I thought Robert Way was tripping. Like I was like, I don't know. I just thought like he was doing too much. But now that I'm like looking at the situation closer and like the more we like see, like the more episodes we see, like I'm kind of a little bit on his side. I don't think he should be out there twirling. Like Rubber Way, no shade. You're a little too old to be out there twirling. You got things to lose. Okay, you can't be in jail. Like, come on now. You got kids, you know. But I kind of understand where he's coming from, where it's like you kind of orchestrating this drama and nobody's calling you out about it. Everybody's just kind of getting by and like I'm gonna be the one to call you out. But but
you know what
yeah,
it
I
is
don't
though.
know.
You know what it is though, because I'm starting to see this too. When newcomers come on, they feel like they got a dick rider. They feel like they just got to be like on somebody's side, whoever's been there longer, who has seniority, because they feel like in order for them to climb up that ladder to get what they want, let me be under somebody's ass and not try to or walk on the eggshells and not piss that person off so that I can get what I want. And I understand it, but it's just like I'm not the type of person to just call everything and everything out. Sometimes it's just best to just shut up, especially when you just know, like in the back of your mind. But it's like, you know, it's just like I see like past the smoke and mirrors, and I do feel like some of this stuff is like forced. Like it is a lot of forced drama. Like people are arguing
Yeah,
over pins. Really,
not panties. My goodness.
I said
Well,
pins.
oh, I thought you said panties. I was like panties. I'm.
Oh no 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 no.
It made me think of Lotto for some reason. I'm like,
My
wait, panties. Hold on.
goodness.
Um,
Help me find my
but
panties. That's what it's giving.
Child. Message user said, I agree with Save. I look forward to the reviews more than the shows, and sometimes just watch the reviews rather than the shows. Do y'all think it's burnout? We gonna get into the episode because we've been talking for a minute about it in general, but do y'all think it's burnout? Because I feel like it kind of reminds me of those like Love and Hip Hop and like even like just other reality shows that like it's gotten to a point where they always have something out. Like they never like give us a chance to miss them and like really
Hmm.
take time to work on their shit. And it just like it gets kind of like it becomes lower grade because like y'all are constantly trying to like work at shit versus letting shit die down and then
I don't think it's a burnout. I just think it's a cycle. Like, and I think a production company just has to break that cycle. Like, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
Like, we need the drama, but it's just drama every week, every week, every week. So, like,
well, I feel like every episode is gonna have drama just because like that's the show. But I feel like to me it's the fact that put these people together and I feel like drama is going to happen because they're different people with different wants and different opinions on stuff. So they're going to fight no matter what. But to me, it just seems like the drama is so orchestrated that it's like,
draining.
we
Yeah.
don't, yeah, it's just like, it's so random. Like two people will meet up and then like somebody will be like, oh, being like shady, but not in like a fun way, just in like a rude way. And it's like,
Hmm.
why? Like, that's weird. So it just kind of makes it like not relatable to me anymore. But
Same. Same. I can see
But
that.
I also kind of see why they like do go for the drama, because I feel like sometimes when they do show like the serious moments, it's not received as well. Like even like watching the show, like in the chat, sometimes it's like kind of dead. Like people don't really have anything to say about it. But like when something like crazy happens or when drama happens, that's when people are like commenting and watching and talking about it.
You know,
But
that's the scenes that I kind of live for, when the cast member is like vulnerable, or like the scene with Trey discussing like his issue with his father. Like I was in like the live for that, and like I saw a lot of comments that were like supportive of Trey, and just, just telling him to like keep his head up, or whatever. But like
okay,
I think, like you said, it's the orchestrated drama that's just like you said, if you bring a bunch of personalities together, of course somebody's gonna clash, and then you just have that back and forth instead of like planting bugs and, I guess, bringing your friends onto like a show to create drama. Like just let it happen
yeah,
like organic,
right,
and then like I feel like that's what would make the show like fresh again. Is if it's just
yeah,
like old school Bad Girls Club, where you put a bunch of strangers together and they just start beefing just because natural selection. They just don't like each other. That's, I
yeah,
feel
I'm
like, what
I could
used to happen.
speak I could speak for the whole general public because I've been hearing this competitively for the past year. I'm sick of seeing the same people, and the same people are getting shoved down our throats forcibly. Like, for example, Trey Howard, he had his own show. A lot of people felt like he shouldn't need his own show, and then he's back on Chasing Dallas. Personally, if I was Trey, I wouldn't have came back because I just felt like I had my own show, so he's already graduated, and I'm tired of seeing the same people over and over again, and we still don't know what some of them do.
Yeah.
I can see
The
that.
the one thing that I like about this cast is that it's 90% new people, besides the two OGs, which is Trey and
True.
what's his name, Dior. Robert is, I don't consider him an OG. He has to get at least like maybe 4 seasons in before I can tribute to that. But um, even with Chasing Atlanta, like 90% of the cast of the OGs are gone. The only one that was there was Cameron, and he's gone. So it's like it's besides Oliver, which I don't really consider Oliver that much of an OG, but he's a veteran. Him and Kendra, she looked like she's over it. So it's like, you know,
I feel like
it,
they just need to change up the premises now. Like I feel like it's the same like friend group. Like we follow a friend group, like and there's drama and like people are, trying to climb up in their, career path or whatever. And it's just like that's why I liked Lovers and Friends so much, just because it was something new and different and it was about, romance and dating, and it was shorter. So like I don't know, it was interesting. It was more interesting. So like I wish they would bring more of that type of stuff back
Hmm.
versus the
Chasing
same shit.
Reality. Chasing Reality needs to have a whole new show on not just chasing, like a show maybe called like Influencers ATL or Influencers LA, and actually get like some people, like let's say they did Atlanta, Influencers Atlanta, like I could see like maybe like Willa, Drew, Oliver, let's say like Sheik from Instagram, John Tavian from Instagram, and actually pay them this time because Ondario got the money. Like, let's not. That's another problem. Like they need to get
I don't know
paid.
nothing about that. Nothing
I
about
don't know
that.
what his pockets look like, but I'm just saying it's been like 6 years, some 10. Y'all been doing this, and y'all just got these cast members on there opening up their lives and stuff, and y'all not paying them. Like even Dre Summer just
Yeah.
said on Trace Raw channel the other night, like y'all opening up y'all lives and y'all crying and doing all this stuff, which like y'all not getting paid for this, and then y'all get mad when people judge y'all. And it's like that's why he said that's why when I was on G Stars, I didn't show my whole life because I'm not getting paid like that. Y'all don't need to know where I work at. Y'all don't need to know where I live at. Then it's like y'all be pissed with me, and then niggas show up at my doorstep, and then I gotta call the police, and then be a whole fiasco, and I ain't even getting paid for some free ass show. No, I honestly
Mm,
agree with him, and that's just the honest to God truth. But I feel like Chasing needs to make new shows and add them onto Chasing Reality, not just Chasing, because we're gonna get tired of the same
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, they need something new. Like, and I wouldn't even say like I mean, I just want a whole new concept, even if it's like a docu series or just something just different. Like, I feel like they've been doing this for so long, and maybe they've gotten comfortable. But but yeah, I just want to see something different. But I mean, I feel like that's like the sentiment that we all have. But let's get into the episode. Oh, actually, let me highlight a couple comments because I know people were commenting. Shout out to y'all for commenting. Definitely
Yeah, shout out to
we'll
everybody in
highlight
the
your comments.
comments.
Sean wants a moment. Sean wants a moment. I get Keyshawn and I get
I heard it was a PPP loan.
wait, I get what's the other one's name? I get the ones that were arguing, Keyshawn and
DeAndre.
Dre.
DeAndre.
DeAndre.
When
I
he
get
called him a
them mixed up.
hamburger, I was out.
I was like, that's so petty. But yes,
Like
he
he
definitely
couldn't
wants a
figure out
moment.
nothing else to
And
say.
I mean, what can you say? A lot of wearing the say. Yes, that was the yeah, her wearing them damn panties.
My goodness.
Magic User says the web reality blueprint isn't very diverse and tends to copy whatever TV reality is most popular. Understandable but boring. I mean, say what you want about Zeus, but at least they're like trying to find their own way in a way. I don't know. Like they're not like harping too much on like other like reality TV shows, if that makes sense. Like
No, they
they
doing the
don't be
same thing. Every
like
show is
what?
based off of Bad Girls Club. Baddies
Yeah,
equals
well, I
Bad
feel
Girls
like every
Club.
show is gonna be based off of something.
Chance
Like,
of One More Chance. I Love New York / Flavor of Love. It's the same formula. I don't really cap on that too much because it's like, what can they do? It's entertainment. We subscribe to watch it. It is what it is.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's like, I mean, it's gonna be hard to like create your organic show. Like any show that you can think of, I'm sure has been done before. But I feel like they're going their own way in the sense of they're not like sticking to like they're not like, oh, Love and Hip Hop does this, so I'm gonna do that. Like it's like we putting these people in the house together, and that's nothing new. The Real World did that, but like we're gonna film them. It's a little unedited, it's a little raw, it's not as I guess contrived as like TV shows are, TV reality TV is. So that's kind of what I mean by like it's a little different versus like just doing the exact same thing, which I kind of feel like Chasing Reality does. Like even just with the edits, sometimes it gives like Love and Hip Hop, and I'm like, Love and Hip Hop does this. Like they have this edit, which I understand. Like you're learning from, them, but at the same time, I want diversity and like you to go your own way. But Magic User said, oh yes, understandable but boring. Reviews have been more popular than the actual show. Well, I feel like people are being real on the actual like on the reviews, and then the show is just kind of like I'm gonna be what makes me popular, make people
Mm-hmm.
talk about me. But I would like to see a gay reality show where there isn't past unexplained drama and the cast stay off of lies. That is also very true. No shade, but sometimes it's the storytelling, like the way that the story comes out. It's like people will be making decisions and it's like, well, if I knew this, like I would understand why they were making these decisions, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
the drama is hidden for some reason. Like we don't get the full picture for some reason. But yeah, that definitely messes with the show. Um, yeah, I'd be confused how y'all friends don't like each other. Like
I'm
for
confused
real.
how Robert bought somebody that was supposed to fight Dior for some reason, but you claim that's his brother. So I definitely agree with that comment right there.
That is also a good point. That is a good point because I was thinking about that. Like, why would your brother? I don't know. I guess sometimes family fights, but yeah, I don't.
Fuck that. That's like him bringing somebody to fight you, and he knows somebody trying to fight you, and that's your best friend. That ain't right.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah. And again, like y'all not getting paid. So what is the point? This will why be talking about. What is the point of y'all doing all this and y'all not getting paid? Just talk to them. It's not that
I
deep.
mean, maybe they're getting paid in clout. Maybe they're getting paid
That's not enough for me.
in
Clout and
likes and
paying the
attention.
bills.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
not.
it's not enough for you, but like I feel like for some people, maybe it might be enough. Like I don't think I couldn't do this stuff just for the clout, but
That's
like
low vibrational.
some
It's
people, not to say
especially
that
for
they're
this
only here for
cast.
the clout, but
especially for this cast, the way that they be dressing and overdressing themselves and thinking they so high and mighty and they got this and that and they hold themselves as a rich wife. No, that's why I
Mm.
said that. Nope.
Spicy original DeAndre has a beard. Shines Clean said, "Thank you. I'm going to use that. I'm gonna have to use that because I'll be confused. I'll be
Oh,
like,
right.
which
Okay,
one is that
DeAndre does
one?
have a beat.
Yeah. Um. Yes. Please investigate. Nah, don't be on your funky Dineva shit. Like, okay. Don't get
My
the courts involved,
goodness.
Fulton County involved, but definitely let us know. Report back, please. Please, world. But but yeah, let's get into the episode. We've been here for a minute. Thank you for everybody that stopped by and is here now. Definitely leave a like, if you laughed or if you like what we do here. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so biggest moment. What was the biggest moment that stood out to y'all? Um, I can go first. We can maybe talk about my moment. Um, and that is just the scheme set up by Trey to bring us the bullshit. I'm so glad, and like, don't get me wrong, I like Trey, but I'm so glad that like I was finally able to see the light and see what Robert Wade was talking
Hmm.
about. Because when he was talking, even when he mentioned the color party thing, I was like, he did invite two people that he knew didn't like each other to his house and was surprised when they got into a fight. I was like, he did do that. And then
Hmm.
he did tell he was the one that started the whole thing about Dior
PC.
and Keith. Yeah, because he was like, oh, he was trying to check DeAndre about that. And so then now you have this situation where he's like, oh, y'all got a diss, they got a diss song coming out. And turns out it wasn't like a whole diss song. It was just a one runoff line that DeAndre and most of the people didn't even care about. I'm like, ooh, you kind of being the bone carrier, the
Hmm.
the
The
villain,
Reese's. You could say
the
it. He
Reese.
being the Reese's, the Reese
Reese's.
G this
Do you
season.
prefer Reese or do you prefer him being the mess of the season?
Actually, I prefer Reese just because Reese had them unnatural color contacts in his face. So I'm gonna just always go with messy bitch for unnatural color contacts. But Trey is being very messy, and when he brought up like the whole diss track, I was like, Trey, why do y'all insist on coming to venues to functions just to be messy, just to just
Right.
spread negative energy? Like you would Trey, and I really like Trey Howard, but he would be so
Mhm.
mad if he had put all his time and effort into like a photo shoot. And there was drama at the photo shoot, and he had like a client and photographers there. So just like kind of keep that same energy. Like you had a rumble at your house, and I know your neighbors was probably side eyeing you like this motherfucker. So
Mhm.
like I'm just big on energy. Don't come to my function with negative, toxic energy, starting shit. Yeah, I'm side eyeing Trey like an MFer. Like this
I'm just
season.
like, why did he have to even say anything? Like they were gonna hear it eventually.
Right,
So it's just like I don't know why
right.
you had to say something about it. But I said the producers must love him because Trey is so messy. Like Trey just unprompted, he'd be like, oh, so y'all know I heard y'all know they got a diss song out about y'all, right? Like what? Like, okay, like I didn't where is this coming
I mean,
from?
well, if we gonna be real, this ain't really no different than what Oliver does on ATL.
Mm-hmm.
And people pacify
Well,
that, and then everybody be like, "Oh, well, um, you got to talk about it." I mean, we filming a show, we do have to talk about it. But I see the difference a little bit because it's like when Oliver
yeah.
does it, it's more so like they just had a problem and they're friends and they want to talk about it, but they're too scared to talk about it. So somebody got to bring it up since it happened on the show, or since y'all brung it on the show and y'all use it for a storyline. Somebody got to bring it up. Y'all not going to. I am. And Trey's um actions, it's more so for me looking. It's like I'm just bringing stuff up that don't really got nothing to do with me, but because we need some type of like fireworks and nobody else is willing to do that unless somebody else pops it off, let me be the one to like do that. And that's what I'm starting to see.
But I feel like people are willing to do that though. Like Keyshawn went out of his way to bring up the whole safety pin comment. Like
Mm-hmm.
Jet and Keyshawn got into it. Like they want to or whatever. Like I feel like he doesn't need to do that, but like I see where you're going. But I feel like Oliver, like you said, I feel like Oliver is just bringing up the shit. Like I just want y'all to talk because you said some shit to me. You said some shit to me. Like I just want y'all to like figure it out. But I feel like Trey is
Yeah.
like he's misleading people to create issues. Like,
Mm-hmm.
They
I
all
feel
so
do
yeah, I
like
if
agree.
you ask me.
Oliver like tries to mediate. Oliver's kind of like a little messy, but he tries to mediate. He tries his best to like rectify the situation. Where I feel like Trey is just going around just intentionally causing like dysfunction and maybe it's me, but maybe he's got me a little miscombobulated. I don't know.
Yes.
Trey Howard is just being messy as hell this season. I do want to really quick speak about my favorite moment. Astro meeting his North Carolina artist with his ass crack out. Coochie crack, coochie crack, coochie crack.
I
I said,
said,
Astro,
is
does
it
this man not believe in
1985?
draws? Does
Because
he
baby,
not
I see
believe?
crack.
I always see. Listen, I always see, and I kind of want to deep cut. But you know what I want to do? I want to go Flavor of Love season 2 when Goldie heads to school. Something. Make sure you always got something on your ass, Astro. That's all. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Make sure you always got something on your ass, baby.
He said, baby, with this body, you gonna see this crack. You gonna
I
see
ain't
this
mad at it.
waistline. I
I ain't
said,
mad at
okay,
it. Actually,
Astro.
if Astro ain't gonna do nothing else, he's gonna be in some low hugging jeans with no goddamn drawers on, baby. And if that wouldn't give me Friday on my job, that's how I would show up. That's how I would show up to work. Maybe flash a little hole. But that would
That's
get
how
me
you
fired.
that would definitely
That
get you
would get
fired.
me fired. Baby.
Now you
He
got
was
your
on
fit for the
his
company picnic. Definitely.
my God, not coming award show. Award because you know the
Yes.
award show is coming up this year,
Yes.
baby. Yes,
Oh
if
my
I get
god.
awarded, I'm gonna lay on my back and flash hole. And that's it.
That look sent me. I said, not this Twinkie ass waist. Like my goodness. Like
Yes, Astro
I'm
was.
here
I
for
was.
it
I was living
though.
for this fit, but
It
I did
was
say that it was cool to see like his friends or Astro's friends from North Carolina mixed with like the cast. His friends
mhm,
didn't seem thirsty for attention. It just
right.
kind of seemed like a regular day for them. They was just in front of the cameras chilling. Oh, girl, spit that bound mass freestyle. Miss Chasing Sparks. Yes, I'm fucking with her.
Yes.
Pink
She
wig,
did.
thick wet, pink wig, thick ass, giving whiplash, baby. Yes,
Yes.
she came through. But I really like that scene. I really like the scene. The energy in that scene
Yes.
was everything.
I enjoyed that scene a lot. Honestly, like I feel like maybe that's another issue with like the show in general is like them finding people that are TV ready or TV
Yeah.
like that have personalities for TV. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like sometimes they choose people and it's like, do you really have the personality and the like lifestyle for a TV
Right.
show? No shade. But yeah, that whole group, like they could follow that group. Like I feel like they
Yeah,
were lit.
lit.
I
Everybody has
said,
personality, and they're all talented as fuck. Like, baby,
right?
that's a spinoff I would be here for. Now, if Oliver
Yeah,
gonna do Chasing the Beat, he should incorporate them on Astro and Astro's friends, his artists. He should incorporate
I
them
can
on
see
like
that.
Chasing the Beat, or Astro could do his own like kind of maybe Chasing the Beat and incorporate, you
Mhm.
know, like the people he worked with on a showcase and
Because
just
their
take it from
music was
there.
good. Like when
Yeah,
you
it
said, "Oh, girl,
was
freestyle,"
like
that was good.
everybody was super fucking like talented.
Mhm.
And you know what's
Miss
crazy?
Mama's in
This is
that
no shade
dress.
because I don't
That
really
was the look
like
I
a
wanted to
lot of
highlight.
I don't like a lot of I guess new age rap, new school rap. Like that's no
Mhm.
shade to anybody, but I don't put on a lot of new rappers. But the people that Astro wrote with, his friends, his crew, I was like, yeah, they're talented. So that scene was lit.
Yeah.
That scene
Yeah, I
was lit.
like how she was rapping about just like her life, not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
about like glam, like the glam, like shoes and like cars or like
Mm-hmm.
she was just rapping about her life and I love that type of rap. So yeah, yes, Trey Carter. It was the confidence behind the talent. Yeah, they were all very
Yes.
confident as well.
Very confident,
Um,
also really humble. I think I said that, but they just seem like
yeah.
really down to earth. Like I was living for this friend group.
Yeah, he got good energy around him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can see how they found each other. I said, let me let me find out that he in a coven. This was kind of giving Black Witch vibes. I don't know why. Maybe it was just yeah, I don't know. But it was giving like
The talent, the melanin.
yes.
Um, It was probably also that bottle of Fireball that they was passing around. I said not Fireball.
Not Fireball.
Goodness.
It's been a minute since I didn't had some Fireball.
Baby,
That's
that liquid been
ooh.
red. No, ma'am.
Mm.
I do not have
I
time.
actually
I don't.
I actually had an interview with Astro, and he was actually really cool. And I had told him like, I love how he dresses, and he's like, he dresses himself. He doesn't overly dress to try to be something that he's not. He's just unapologetically him. And YB said the same thing, and he was really appreciative of that. He didn't even think that everybody would like how he came on and said, "No, everybody loves you,
Yeah, I
everybody."
feel like
King
it's
Harry,
genuine too.
YB, yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's the authenticness of him. Like, he just seems like that's who he is. Like, if you ran into him at the grocery store, that's him. Like, so I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that's super cool. And I feel like to agree with what Savian said earlier, like that's one of the I think strong things about this show and this season is that they brought on a lot of new people, but some of those new people are very talented or like
Yeah.
just have good personalities. So I'm gonna highlight a couple comments. The ladies had the talent the episode needed. Yes,
Agreed.
yes, yes, they did.
Agreed.
They did. Showing that hoe. I'm glad he didn't flash hole at the showcase. I don't think it
Thank
needed
God
to
he
get to that
didn't.
point.
Thank God he
Like,
didn't.
I'm glad he didn't do that because that would have been a
Oh,
lot. But
goodness.
Astro dressed just like his first. Yes, they all have eccentric style.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Mama's in the black dress. I was here for it with the it was like the sequin chains like down the sides. I
Okay.
think she was. I think she performed too, but I think she was mostly hosting.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
But yeah, I was like, okay, this is a
You
look.
know what's
But
crazy? I think when she was introduced, when she was introduced in the apartment, I think she had like an afro. And then at the
mhm.
showcase, I think her hair was like I think it was like a different style. I was like, is it the same? Yeah, I was like, oh, that's the
Oh
same girl. Her
yeah,
hair was separate, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's yeah.
same
Shout out to Astro and
bro.
his people.
Yes, the scene was very organic. Yeah, I could
Mm-hmm.
definitely see that. They were super talented and had good vibes. Yeah, like I enjoyed their energy. They had energy similar to Astro, really.
Right.
Uh now I'm not a fan of any of them dressed, but I like Astro. He had that. I said, come on, waistline and crack. I said, okay. And he had Robert Ray gagged. Like
He did.
Robert Ray was in the confessional going through it. Like
My goodness.
I said, he wasn't ready for that. He said hood princess. I
Are
wasn't
we on
expecting
Robert
all this.
now?
We can talk about him. Would you got something to say about him?
I absolutely do.
Oh, okay. Yes, the whole situation with him and Trey, right?
Yeah, and well, I'm gonna let y'all go first because y'all already know how I am.
Oh, go
Okay,
ahead.
let me see. Um, yeah, you can go if you already know what you want to.
Okay, I'm not trying to. This ain't my panel, so I ain't trying to run it. So
No,
excuse me,
you
but
could go ahead.
um, well, Robert, I noticed he's doing a lot more than he did the previous season he was on, and I just feel like this is the animation that I was talking about earlier because I feel like I'm seeing a different person in the green screen. Like, if that's how he is, then I can't judge that. But he's doing a lot of gestures. He's moving around too much. Maybe he's doing that to maybe not be too nervous. But I just feel like doing all that. And then another thing that I got is just like he's always talking about like, oh, this birdie fight or I fight, 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 fight. We all have not seen Robert throw not one punch or bust not one type of grape in a Welch's garden or in a fruit fight. My thing
That's
about it
true.
is that you keep talking about like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, but it's just like we have yet to seen you fight. If you're gonna swing, swing. Because if you're not, then that just shows that what you're complaining about and you're interpreting physical harm to another person, it's not that serious. Especially you, somebody that you claim you come from a background where, well, I feel like we all do, but it's just like, oh well, I come from where I used to just do this and do that. If you feel like you're in a situation where you feel like you need to do this and do that, why you ain't doing it? It's like you're not gonna throw a punch and just stop talking about how tough you are. I just feel like Robert, because Carl said the same thing on Scotty by Nature's review, and I agree with him. He said something like Robert is angry. He just taking it out on the wrong person. He needs to
Hmm.
go sit down in therapy
I can
and
see
just
that.
deal with it himself. And I do. Um, I don't want to exclude the fact of his situation with his child because that is very very serious. That I feel like should not be on camera because once again they're not getting paid. But I do feel like you're everybody's grown, so it's like all
I
that.
see that. I understand what you mean by that, but I feel like at the same time, if you're agreeing to be on the show, I feel like that's something you like. If you want to get paid for your time and your story, I think that's perfectly acceptable. But I don't. I think I just wouldn't choose to be on the show at all because it's like I don't know. Like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Versus like just half-assing it. I'll create my own web series or reality show or something. But
I don't
yeah,
know.
not
I
to cut
just
you
feel like
off.
no, it's fine. I just feel like Robert. I don't really take him as seriously like that. Like I don't think he's a scary person. Them tattoos, they don't like do nothing for me. They don't strike no type of fear. And I'm not trying to come at him, but I'm just like over the whole like him trying to play Suge Knight like he's this gangster. And it's just like I don't think he that hard like he think he is. It's just
Not
like with some of the
vehicular
others.
manslaughter.
It's just like with some of the others that I critiqued from the other shows that got mad because of what I said. Like I don't feel like y'all as tough as y'all think y'all are. Like, that's just my opinion. I still like Robert, but it's just like calm down on the whole like you spinning the block. Like come on, like we all grown. If you gonna swing, swing. If not, keep it moving.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I agree. I don't think Robert is scary or like, I don't think anything like that. But I do feel like just looking at the other people on the show and looking at himself, I feel like he does feel like he can kind of like maybe best them. So it's like he can kind of intimidate them just by the way he looks and the way he's built and the way that he comes off. So I feel like he kind of uses that you know, like you were saying.
That
No
ain't fooling
shade, deep
nobody
cut,
over
but it's
here.
giving Cashmere from South Central Baddies.
Is it
Don't even get me
really?
started with that show.
It's giving
Don't
Cashmere.
even
Is
get
it
me
giving
started with
Cash?
that
I feel
show.
It's
like it's
giving
more so
Cash.
giving it's more so giving Kenzie. I'm not gonna lie.
We know
Especially towards
Kenzie
the
didn't really
reunion.
pop off unless she was provoked. Kenzie
No,
wasn't
Kenzie's
really like
another
popping
one.
on
He
people unless she was provoked.
no,
It's giving
he
Cash because Cash wants
no
to be a
he
bully so bad, but she was getting beat up by Liddy. Not saying that Robert was
no
getting
no
beat
no
up,
no
but
no.
it's giving
Here's
Cashmere.
my thing.
It's
No,
giving
Kenzie
Cashmere.
thought she Kenzie he another one because she thought she was all tough until Persuasion humbled her. She picks and chooses her battles too because
She
she
did
be
humble
fighting them
her.
all.
I'm not gonna
Woo!
lie.
She
Sway
be want
snuck
to fight
Kenzie.
Persuasion.
Let's start there.
Kenzie is a jealous
Sway snuck
person.
She
Kenzie.
did sneak her. She
She
did sneak
rushed
her.
So
Kenzie. Kenzie
so
was
But
not
no
they
prepared
shade.
to fight Sway.
No shade.
So
If
so they
even if
jumped
she didn't sneak her,
Joyce
she
mad
would have had
times and
that.
they
I'm
was
not gonna
sneaking everybody
lie.
else.
I don't think she had to
it's,
They
sneak her. I don't
jumped
know
Joyce
why
and
she
they did
chose to
all this
sneak
other
her.
stuff. So
Yeah.
I said
Oh
they
my
jumped
god.
Joyce and they did all this other stuff. They all pick and
They
choose.
did
Like
jump her.
Darrell was, they didn't have to do all that, and then Darrell want to dick ride so much and be
She
on
was
the
going
pretty
through it in
people
that
side.
closet.
Like
That was
yeah, and
fucked
it's
up.
just like yeah. And then
You
I
know
actually
what?
I called Nina out on the post, and she responded back. You can get mad all you want because you bullied and jumped everybody at the auditions, and you think you just going. I don't know why they praised her, but it's just like,
I
anyways.
just thought it was weird that what, we'll talk a little bit more about South Central Baddies.
Yeah, that
This is
gotta
more
be a
about Chasing
separate
Dallas,
video.
but yeah, we gotta. I want to stay on track, but yeah, what was I saying? Oh, Robert, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Robert does try to intimidate the people on the show. I do think he's also going through maybe other things outside of the show, whatever that is, and I feel like it's affecting like how he's coming off on the show. I do understand where he's coming from, where Trey is kind of like being messy and like causing issues, but I don't think he needs to resort to violence. Like
right.
I feel like talk your shit. Like I feel like if you can't go back and forth, if your first inkling is to fight, it's just like, bro, like it's not that serious. Like you can't. Like I feel like people that go straight to like fighting are people that can't really like they're not really
Argue.
good at Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
good at going back and forth. So it's like, well, I'm just gonna hit you, and it's like, why go that far? Like,
No, 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 no. Because he knows how to articulate. Because remember, Last season when Eric approached him or he approached whoever, you saw he was conversating with him. Same thing with Dre Sember. And then he got up on YB's channel, was being very articulate. He knows what he's doing. I don't think Robert's scary at all. But I just feel like that tough guy act is not fooling nobody. It's like you know what you're doing. It's like you don't need to be trying to threaten or, throw out that you fight, because if you did, we would have seen you throw down. But he hasn't, because he knows there's no reason for him to throw down.
I I think that's a different kind of articulation. Like I get what you're saying, where like he's able to explain himself, but when I say articulate, I mean like he's not able to go back and forth with these people. Like he's not able to
He did it
best
with
Trey in a
Eric.
reading session. Like if they're going back and forth, I don't think that Robert Ray is gonna get. I mean, maybe he might surprise me. I don't think he's ever really said anything that I feel like would make me think that he could go back and forth with Trey. That's why I feel like it's always like, well, I fight, and it's like you don't have to jump there. You can shade him back or read him back. It's not that serious.
Mhm.
But
I feel like people give Robert a pass because Robert is Trey and he's handsome, whatever the case may be. And that's another thing we got to stop doing. It's like we got to call people out, whether they look good or whether they look on their bad day. It don't matter. And somebody said this over on TTB. I agree with it. Like that's the problem
I
with.
agree. I mean, I feel
We
like
got to stop with the pretty thing. Like
also the beef is it's crazy because like the beef is between a certain group of people, but nobody really wants to speak on it. Even with his issue with Dior, it's like they never had a sit down like to talk about what happened. Like it just kind of went away. And so it's like his issues with Dior, it's almost like it kind of moved to Trey. Like now he's mad at Trey when originally he was mad at Dior. So I don't know. To me, it's kind of crazy that you would bring somebody to fight your brother, but like we never saw that get resolved. Like now all of a sudden y'all cool, y'all in the same room. Cause I feel like if you brought somebody to fight me, like that's gonna be an issue. Like I'm not just
Yeah.
about to drop that.
Mhm.
So, especially if we're close, like we calling each other brother and members of each other's family. So not Robert is want to be Trey. I feel like that's genuinely him. Like he's genuinely a masculine person, maybe, but I feel like he uses that like the tattoos and just like the thug aesthetic to kind of like intimidate everybody else, and it's
Mhm.
like that ain't
I
gonna
heard
work on
different.
everybody.
I heard different. I heard over there, what's the name? That he's actually like a femme queen or something like that. But whether he is or not, I really don't care. He's still human in my eyes.
I mean, he might fib out a couple times every now and then. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, but I think that's different from because I feel like everybody has their moments. Like
Mhm.
even the femme girls have their mask moments. Like it's just like it just I could see him being a little feminine, but like I think his overall presentation is more masculine. Is what I'm saying.
But that masculinity ain't fooling nobody over here. But mm,
You like
I'm
he
not
trying to
being
try you,
rude.
Sabian.
No, I'm not trying. No, I'm not. I'm just being honest. Cause I said it earlier. It's just like it's just kind of annoying. It's just like he
Oh
cool,
my
but it's
god.
just like the theatrics is just like that's just my opinion. I like
He's an
Robert.
emotional thug. I do like Robert. I feel like he was a cool, and I know people always say like, "Oh, he was boring," like blah blah blah. I feel like he was a chill guy. I feel like he wasn't going out his way to get in a mess. Now I feel like he is kind of doing that. Um, but yeah, it just seems fake and weird to me, especially since we're not getting the whole like story. Why haven't we gotten him sitting down with the friend that wants to fight Dior? Like I think that might be happening next episode. I did see him meeting up with somebody, but like I don't know. Like I wonder why we haven't gotten that. Like I feel like we're missing parts of the story.
Mhm.
Um Magic User said he apparently had an issue with Dior when he sat doesn't to do his gay mom's nail. Oh, when he sat down to do his gay mom's nails, yes, unless that was a misplaced thing. No, yeah, they did. He did talk about how he had an issue with him, but then he kind of sometimes he talks about it like they moved past it. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I want to see the sit down though, for sure. Damon, I seen Robert in drag. It was giving femme queen. Okay. Well, shout out to him. Shout out to Robert Ray and whatever he gives. Um, we know Robert is the antagonist character type who wants to be the protagonist. I could see that. Um, But yeah, how do y'all feel about Trey though? Like, I feel like I know we kind of talked a little bit about it in the beginning, but like him being the bone carrier, like, do y'all think it's necessary? Are y'all living for it? Like,
No, it's not
I
necessary.
like Trey. Yeah, like I like his personality. I don't feel like he needs to be like being messy. Like, I feel like he just needs to be like, especially since you just came off of your own show. Like, I would just be Ken. Like, I would just be like having fun and getting my life from the season. I wouldn't concern myself with too much drama, but that's just me. Um, but yeah, um, I do want to talk about. I want to talk about some of the looks from this season, or not season. I want to talk about some of the looks from this episode. Um, did y'all get into Ted Lee's confessional look? It was given Gay
Was that with the leopard
Flintstones.
print and the glasses, the leopard print collar, and the glasses,
It was
sunglasses?
with the stones. Yeah, yes. I said it was giving Gay Flintstones. Like he
I
could
can see
be like
that.
a performer
I can
in
see
the
that. It
movie.
was giving. It was giving Flintstone. Was it Barney's wife, Betty? They had the orange dress. That's what
Yeah,
it was
they
kind
had
of giving.
the
That's what it
okay.
was kind of giving. Okay, I
Yeah,
said
I
Ted
was here
Lee
for it.
is rich auntie is giving looks. I said
Definitely
my
giving Rich
favorite
Auntie.
look was Jet Jeff performing that 8 count with his dancers, looking like a Mary Jane girl in
Yeah.
my house, and that fur, that unflattering top, and them damn sequins pants. I said, now
You
this
know
is
he
Jeff
gets
Jeff.
T.O. He definitely gets T.O.
Jet
Like
Jeff, like
with that, is it a mohawk? Yes, the
yes, the
mohawk and
mohawk and the light stash, baby. You know I go up for his light stash, but I need Jeff Jet to get into his sexy. I need him to own his
yeah,
sexy. I need him to
yeah,
stop dressing like a elementary
auntie.
school teacher. Like, but if you don't go see like the video later in the episode, he had on like a 2 piece. He didn't have a shirt underneath. I was like, that's a look. That's
Mhm.
sexy, that's confident. If he could turn out a look like that at like every performance or every video, I would be living for Jeff. But his fashion this episode was just, especially for him to kind of be in the forefront like this episode with the showcase and his music video, his fashions just were not.
I'm sorry. Not just fits are problematic. Like
They're problematic. They're
I
problematic.
mean, it gives me, like I said, it gives me like uncle. It gives me like
And it's
I
crazy
do.
because some of the patterns look like I don't know, it looks like a pattern from a house from like the 70s. Some of his clothes be looking real vintage. No shade. But sir, I just need you to dress in the present. Dress sexy, Jeff Jet. Like, just dress
Yes.
like baby. He be just like he going to pick up his kids from school. Like,
Yes, soccer mom vibes.
baby,
Okay.
like, yeah, I just need Jeff to own his sexy. Like I said, no shade. But yeah, I also said that the background dancers for Jeff Jet's performance should have been left cheek and right cheek from Little Wayne. Baby, I said come through left cheek, right cheek.
Not left
I
cheek and
would have
right
been
cheek.
living
I
for that,
can't
baby.
stand you.
And you
Oh
know
my
what?
gosh. Shout out to
I
Little
had to put
Women.
his performance on pause just to see left cheek and right cheek go brawl with the Tiny Twins from baby.
They
I
got
hated
into
myself
that
for that.
brawl. Oh my god.
I hated myself for that. And I think
I
I just had to
can't.
turn off all my electronic devices. And I was like, let me go get myself together. Not me
It really
watching
should
these
have been
Little
left
Women
cheek and right
brawl,
cheek.
baby. But yes,
I
Jeff
can't.
Jeff's backup dancer should have been left cheek and right cheek. I would have been here for it.
Especially original said Peggy Bundy. I kind of got that vibe.
Yes.
I kind of got that.
Okay.
For who, Ted
That's
Lee?
He dresses like his culture. No shame.
my
I'm not mad
goodness.
at that. I'm not
He
mad at
dresses
that.
loud.
It's just the age. Like,
Yeah.
because you have, because
Cold.
he's I forgot what ethnicity he is, but he's Hispanic. So I'm assuming that's what Trey Carter is referring to. But I feel like he's dressing like a specific time, like 80s, like how
Yeah.
Hispanic people dressed in the 80s. Like it's very like, I wonder who his inspiration is. But
I say his confessional with that faux hawk, not faux hawk, I'm sorry, with that mohawk and that damn blinged out jewelry, the blinged out crucifix. He was giving Madonna's like a virgin teeth,
Yes.
baby. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I
I
just
can see
need
that.
Jeff Jet to dress in 2023. And if
Speaking
Keyshawn is
of
gonna shade Jeff Jet for not dressing in 2023, I also need Keyshawn to start dressing like he's in 2023. Okay.
the fashion blogger, at least like we already know. I already said how I feel about his fashions, no
Right.
shade. But like I'm just like a fashion blogger, and this is what you're giving. Like I don't know. But
no shade.
I would say, speaking of Jet, I also want to speak on his scene with Ted Lee. Sorry, this review is like kind of all over the place.
That scene
We'll do
was
better
also
next
key.
time. But that scene was definitely giving auntie niece. Yes, niece. It was definitely giving that kind of vibe. Because he was asking all of
it was
this
giving.
advice.
I'm not trying to turn you out. I'm just trying to put you up on game. That's what it was giving.
You think so? I don't think it was giving that.
I'm not trying to turn you out. I'm just trying to put you up on
way.
game. I'm trying to put you up on game.
Oh, you mean in a good way?
Yeah, in a good way. Like,
okay,
I ain't trying to lick your box,
like
but I'm just trying to, I'm trying to put you up on game so you can have a few niggas under your sleeve. You know,
not Ronnie and her red Corvette. Not that kind of
vibe. Not that type of game. Not,
okay,
not that type of game, because it's always consensual. But just let me level you up, help you level up so you can get a few niggas on your roster.
I was here for it. He was giving some good advice.
He was.
And this scene made me really like Ted Lee.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do enjoy. He's just so laid back and he's so like chill, but like he's just a key. Like the way he dresses, the things he has to say, these weird relationships he has with these different men who are trying to protect him. It's giving Olivia Pope, because
Olivia got some men's around her.
Yes,
Hook, Rowan, Fitz, baby. Captain Jake Ballard, my favorite. But you know what? I'm digressing. I'm rapping.
Listen,
my bad.
Team Cyrus over here.
Ooh. Team Cyrus. Okay, not Team Color Eye. Wait, no. Team Cyrus. Okay, I'm thinking of Captain Jake Ballard with his color eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Captain Jake Ballard all day, baby.
But yes, we're digressing.
Roman Bridger.
Yeah. Who?
I did want to while we're on the topic of Jets and Ted Lee's conversation. So that was my shady moment. I'm sorry if I'm skipping forward. Not Ted Lee, but Jet said he was talking to somebody and he found his OnlyFans on Twitter after he told him that he was not partaking in that type of content creation anymore. I said, run me my round, baby. Not you. Wait, you want to flat out? Not you just flat out trying to fight me.
Wait, okay, Robert Ray, calm down. Now you want to fight?
Just run me my round. No, I'm just bullshitting. I'm not violent, but I was like, that's kind of fucked up. Like, not this man not being honest to be like, oh, this might be old content. I'm just reposting it. But the fact that Jeff said the dude told him, like, he told me he stopped. And then I went on Twitter and I saw his content. I would have been tight. Fuck me. Fuck you too, bitch. Yeah, I would have been tight.
Okay, so I think this is an interesting conversation, and definitely put in the chat how y'all feel about it. We have a little discussion about it. I mean, I do feel like the worser part of that situation is the fact that like he lied to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, how do y'all feel about a person like dating and having an OnlyFans? Because I feel like on one hand, it's like that person, that's their body, like they can do whatever they want, and if you still choose to be with them, then it is what it is. But like if they're doing their thing, they doing their thing, they making their money. But how do y'all feel? Would y'all date somebody that had an OnlyFans? They're not even doing it anymore. But it's still up. They're still making money from it.
I mean, well, here's my thing. I've actually had a crush on someone. Should I tell this story? It's gonna be really, really short, but there is somebody who I was really interested in, and his looks did draw me in, yes, but once I felt like I got to know the person, at least I didn't get to know the person, but when I started seeing what basically everybody else was saying, I had to take a step back and say, okay, this person's not for me, and I have to stop like letting looks and appeal draw me or keep me to stay around. Because let's be honest, a lot of us stay around with stuff, even with friendships, because of somebody's looks and sex appeal and all that. But I
Mm.
feel like having an OnlyFans, I had to think to myself, like, okay, even if this person, if you wanted to date this person because the person was obviously feeling me, um, I will give you guys a cheat sheet. It is somebody that's in the web series. He's an OG
Ooh,
of a first season, and I'm not gonna give out that much tea. Um, if you put two and two together, they all got OnlyFans, to be honest with you, but
is it a bad boy? Just let me know. Is it a bad boy?
it damn sure ain't no damn bad
Oop,
boy.
Okay.
not a bad
Okay.
boy. Um,
I said he was
honestly,
an
I'm not gonna
OG.
lie. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Like, I feel like if it was, I guess it depends on like what it was too. But I don't know. I always think about that. Like, I've never dated anybody that did OnlyFans or anything like that. But like, I don't know. I'm just like, well, I mean, times are changing. Like, you know, you do what you do. Everybody has a past, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
type shit. Imagine you just said, no, I prefer somebody with a current career we can discuss at Thanksgiving.
That is true. And then on top of
You
that, you gotta I've been like, I told myself like, you want to get tested, right? Because I don't sleep, but I have never even had sex, believe it or not. But it's like I rather not sleep with someone who has an OnlyFans who does only. Now, if you're doing content by yourself, then that's a different story. But if you're doing with other people, it's a no-no for me. And that person was doing stuff with other people, and I've heard stuff through the grapevine. I'm like, yeah, no, I come
I
first.
think you should honestly, I think you should be having that conversation with anybody. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like OnlyFans, no matter what, because I mean, you don't know what people have done in their life. So I feel like OnlyFans, no OnlyFans, preacher kid, I don't like whoever, like whatever you're giving. Like, I feel like that conversation should be had because you just never know what people are giving. Some people do OnlyFans and they, haven't really been with anybody really. They do
Right.
solo work or
No,
they
but this
only
this this particular person be with a lot of people, and
oh,
it's
okay.
currently still. So it's like, and then this is no disrespect. Get your money how you get it, but it's just like for me, that was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back completely. It was like I don't. It's not me being rude. It's just like I just can't. Like if you're doing it by yourself, fine. But you're either way, you still gonna get tested, even if it was somebody who don't do OnlyFans.
Period. There we go. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't. This is what I gotta say for this. I basically gave an answer. Do what you do. Do what's best for you, but remember, you come first and be smart about the decisions that you make when you're hooking up with somebody. OnlyFans or
True.
not, because you don't gotta have an OnlyFans to, y'all get the what I'm saying.
It's important to definitely like no matter what, because I know some people like they be like, oh well, this person does OnlyFans, so I know I gotta get tested with them. But it's like you should be doing that with everybody. It don't really matter who the person is. But somebody said not a Sherrod and Charlie storyline. They ate him up for doing a little porn. I'm like, why are y'all acting like y'all just discovered
I
what
forgot
porn is?
about that.
I don't
Did
want to
somebody
digress.
say Sherrod?
S
Someone's
dot
it's
baby.
giving Shirai S dot Charlie storyline. Charlie was on his head about doing
I'm
Yes,
fucking,
obsessed with Sherrod's porn career. Oh, I have
yeah.
been a skunk in his
I'm
pants.
fucking screaming.
And
Allegedly.
also being with Delicious, which nothing wrong with being with Delicious, but you know what I mean. Like also also exploring his own sexuality. So why are you coming for Shirai?
Oh my gosh.
Well, who's
Mm,
coming for
mm,
Sherrod?
mm.
Well, we were talking about how Charlie was coming for Shirai. I think it was that first
Oh,
season,
Yeah, G
but
status. Cause
we
Sherrod had did
also
porn.
they
yeah.
always dick riding him, and I'm like, girl, y'all all do a lot of unthinkable things, so y'all really need to get off his dick about it, because a lot of y'all wanted to fuck him, so stop. Like that pissed me
True.
off.
I'm sure.
It's just like with the whole thing. They keep calling Dre Summer a cokehead, but a lot of y'all are fucking meth and cokeheads yourself. So it's like,
Oh,
who the fuck are
I don't
y'all
know
to
nothing
be?
about
I'ma
that.
say it, because who the fuck are y'all to be? I don't like that. Like y'all do a lot of shit, and then y'all want to throw out these like insults, like your mama wasn't a crackhead too. Like stop.
Not a mom
Please.
being a crackhead. My
It's
goodness.
true though. I hate that. Like, don't be like trying to pick on people and use what they do against. Like, y'all do the same shit. That's crazy. Like,
That's
Stop.
true. Everybody do got to pass. But yeah, I just
Right.
thought it was an
You'll be
interesting
surprised.
conversation. Cause like, yeah, I just thought it was an interesting conversation. Like, especially since OnlyFans is becoming more and more popular. It's becoming like
Hmm.
social media at this point. Like
Well, I'm
everybody
trying to
kind of
convince my work babe to censor his face, but start an OnlyFans. You know.
not the ski mask trend. I'm ready for that to die. Anyway, that's not what this is about. We're talking about chasing Dallas. Anyway, um, please like, comment, and subscribe.
My goodness.
Magic User said, you know what? We're amending our clause. It depends on who or what they did in their OnlyFans. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that evolved. Yeah, I agree. Like, it depends on what happened. Like, was
Hmm.
it solo work? Was it, were you in a
Was it an Upper
harem?
Raheem
No shade.
production where it's
I
like
was just
nodding
about to say
off
that.
and it's like watching paint dry? No shade. Production be top tier, but the action is giving me heartburn. It's giving me
It
indigestion.
is.
Like,
Upset stomach. Yes,
I'm sorry,
definitely.
Chasing Dallas. Man, we just fucking
Yeah, we
rabbit
talking
hole
about
like a
Chasing Dallas.
motherfucker.
I'm so sorry. Thank you for bearing with us with this show. But yeah, I like their scene. I like them together. Talking about Ted Lee
Oh, Jet.
and Jet. I feel like, especially since Jet was talking about how like his dad isn't his he didn't really grow up with a father figure. His dad wasn't really
Hmm.
in his life like that. So like I just like to see like it's almost like he took him under his wing or something.
Yeah.
But
I also found it interesting when Ted Lee said he hadn't been single. He hasn't been single in 6 years. I said, "Bitch, get that pussy a
that
break.
was too.
Like,
Yes.
let that pussy breathe, sir. Like, 6 years and you ain't been single, bitch. Like,
I can't.
damn. That's like having a sew-in there for like. You gotta let your natural hair breathe, baby. You gotta wash it. You gotta condition it. Like,
Oh my god. I
I
can't.
just
You
cannot
said let it
imagine
breathe.
just
I'm
being
still
with
stuck on that.
somebody consistently. Just some, just he said he hasn't been single for 6 years, so I'm just assuming it's been kind of maybe multiple just
It
guys
seems
throughout the
like
six
they own Ted
years.
Lee. They own Ted Lee. Like they and more power to him. But he stayed with a nigga
He
apparently.
stay with a
So
nigga. So
like I
I
don't
was
know
like,
what
yeah,
to
I
tell
just can't
you.
imagine like being with just not being single or just not having like alone time or me time. I mean, I guess in relationships you do have me time, but when you're in a relationship, like your time is kind of always given to that other person. So I just can't
Yeah.
imagine just like not having time for me to just kind of just work on me and just process like how I'm feeling and my thoughts and my emotions. So that's a lot.
No, for real.
That's a lot.
But I did like the advice that he gave. Um he said something like he said he said that his advice to Jet was you need somebody that can appreciate who you are. And I was like, that's so true. Like it's so simple but so true. Like
Mm-hmm.
you need somebody to appreciate like you as a person, not your accomplishments. Now I mean that too, but like they need to appreciate who you are at your core,
Right.
like. And so I feel like he was worried about having somebody to like be there for like the good times, which is good, but also you need to focus on who that person is and whether they accept you for you versus like
Right.
just the good times. So I said, okay, I mean, all that dating has clearly had a positive effect, but what do y'all feel is going on with Ted Lee? Because I mean, it's on the show, so now I want to talk about it. Even though I feel like everybody being in his business
I feel
about the
like it's
situation
just
was weird.
something that Ted Lee is running with just to have people talking. Like
Okay.
he posts a different guy because of course somebody's gonna mention like,
Say
oh, I saw
something.
you with like this
Yeah.
guy or I saw you with this person. So I think it's kind of like a joke for him. I'll take a
Mhm.
picture with this guy and have people talking. Like I think it's just fun for him. I'm not mad at it, honestly.
Okay. Same. I would love well, I guess he's booed up now. I don't know if they're in like a monogamous full-fledged relationship or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see a dating show. He should be on the next season of Lovers and Friends.
He
If
should.
he's single.
He
I could see
should. And
that.
all of the bachelors that come to like potentially date him should be niggas that's either ex niggas or current niggas on his roster. That would be messy.
Okay, that would be mixed.
That would be very messy, baby.
Somebody's definitely getting maced at that function.
Also, shout out to Telly's friend, the very handsome friend that came to buy that $775,000 home.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I said okay.
It was a cute place.
Okay, baby, he dropped a pretty penny on that home, and I said, "Here are my pretty panties." Oh my goodness.
Yes, I'm here for it.
Let me stop.
Talking about panties. Oh, he paid the ninjas always run where the money reside. Well, that's true. That is also true.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie, but I like Ted Lee, so I'm not fully willing to accept it. But you do make a good point. Magic User said, "I don't care for Jet's outfits, performance, or shoehorn bone carrying, but he respects his culture and has a decent personality, so I'm not mad." Yeah, I mean, he definitely has a messy side to him, but I actually kind of like his music. So, I think it's catchy. He has some catchy, he definitely has some catchy songs. I could hear it in the club, definitely.
Okay, I can hear it too. I'm not mad at it.
But yeah, I think Ted Lee honestly might be my favorite so far. I just feel like he's just a key, and like he's so unbothered. Like when shit happens, he just be like, okay, like
yeah.
Anyway, like I think the most we got out of him was when he was arguing with George.
Where is George? Because that seems like it happened so long ago. Like what? Episode 1 or 2?
I think he was just there to like introduce Ted Lee, but I also want to know if George has any dead man suits, because he's a he's like aren't those the people that carry the casket? He's like a funeral coordinator. Like he coordinates yeah. So I wonder if he has any dead man suits.
You want to know if he has any Mary Lori Lightfoot suits in his closet. That's essentially what you asked me.
That's a man's warehouse suit, baby.
Actually, a dead man suit. That would be the suit that Brendan Carson wore to that damn oh my gosh. I cannot think of the name. I cannot
to the reunion of Web Life.
Yes, Web Life.
Yeah, yes.
Shout
out to that show. If you think we fools now, check out our reviews of that show.
Web Life season 1.
Our edited reviews.
Web Life Atlanta season 1. Iconic.
Definitely a key.
Yes.
But
it's crazy because I said that my favorite.
He definitely gives that auntie shade, like that auntie, like just bougie, and
I can see that.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
My favorite is Astro.
Crazy. Your favorite is Astro. Astro would definitely be
and Ted Lee and Keyshawn.
I can see that.
Astro is also my favorite.
What do you like about Keyshawn? No shade. I'm not like coming for him, but like, what do you like about Keyshawn?
Because he's funny. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of things he do. Just because they're my favorites don't mean I'm not gonna hold them to the fire, But it's just like, honestly, he's like hilarious sometimes because we have to see more of him. I feel like I'm not seeing a lot more of Keyshawn as much, but when that whole argument he had with what's the name was just like, yeah.
Do y'all think they have too many people on this show? Do you think that's an issue?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that might be it.
If ATL can get through 13 cast members, so can this. That's how.
Well, do they have too many? Because I think they got too many too.
Yeah, they have too many people. But I feel like with the Atlanta cast, especially last season, the cast there was drama, but for the most part, the cast they had other stuff going on. Like aside from the drama, there was like fashion shows, showcases. I mean, there has been a showcase this season, but I just feel like with Chasing Atlanta, like.
Oh my God.
The careers like
set it off at 15.
My goodness,
not to cut you off, but
I couldn't even interview the whole cast. I even told the line when I was on live with him and Jay. I was like, I'm sorry, I couldn't because I didn't even know what half of y'all did. And then I watched half of the reunion, and half of them wasn't the main people wasn't even there, so I didn't even finish watching the reunion.
I feel like these shows they should like no shade. They should probably have like 5 or 6 like just solid central cast members, people who have like interest in careers, interest in personalities, and then other people could be like friends of the show. We don't really have to follow them as much. They just appear during events and shit like that. So it makes the show easier to follow, and it makes the cast members, I guess, it's easy to follow who's on the show and who does what, as opposed to having like 15 cast members and you're trying to follow like 15 people in like an hour or hour and a half. Like it's kind of impossible. Because like you mentioned George, and I forgot that George was like, I don't think he's a part of the season, but I forgot that, you know, because there's so much going on that he introduced Ted Lee. So it's like, yeah, a good 5 or 6 just central people, and then everybody else could be friends of the show.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, they can even go lower than that. Like, I think maybe like just have 4 people that you're following, like main people, and like really like, you know, and then maybe one of the issues might be they don't have that much to show, no shade, but like they don't have, you know, to focus on that many people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just feel like it's too many people sometimes, because it's like, yeah, we still haven't seen a scene where Keyshawn, sorry, where Keyshawn like
Not
is
Krayshawn, not that dirty bitch. My
Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada. Anyway,
miss her ass. Actually, gas her ass. Use that bear spray on her. Not
you
me.
said electric chair, doom. No, but
Yeah,
anyway, but yeah, like a good, I could see 6. Yeah, but just a smaller group, I could see definitely. But or break it up like RLR did. What was RLR?
Was that real life?
Oh,
real life
yeah,
philanthropy or
real life reality. Yeah.
Okay,
I
that's
could
what
see
real
that.
life reality.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
could
forgot
definitely
about
see
our real life and philanthropy, baby.
that.
I'm gonna
Right?
go back and watch season 1.
A key. Okay. Oh, thank you for joining us on camera.
Right. Okay, skin is
Let
just
me show
over
my
there
face.
glowing. Yes.
Yes, Lord. Thundercat, I couldn't take it.
I
Yes,
said I'll go off
15.
camera real quick. Don't gas me up.
Wait, Keyshawn is 25? Really? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it amazes me how they all are like 35 and older, and they are 35 and older, and they all look like they're 24, 23. Like I thought
I
Sky
mean,
I thought Sky was 28. He was like, "No, I'm 33." I'm like, "No, 35." I'm like, "The fuck?" I was like 19 or 20 when I first started talking to him. Like,
wait, Sky from Chasing Atlanta?
mm-hmm.
I could tell Sky was a little older because Sky dresses Sky dresses like the early 2000s. It's almost similar to Akeem, where like, I mean, he might have evolved because I'm thinking of him on Chasing Atlanta, but like the way he dresses is very like from a specific time, and so I'm like, oh, you probably this old because that's how they was
Hakeem is
dressing,
like
you know.
what, 47 now, 46.
I don't know.
He's
They
still
always
all
talk about
running
how
with
old
G.
he is.
Who, Akeem almost 50?
He's like 46, 45. Last time I checked, I don't know. I don't talk to him, but he's
Okay, shout
above
out to
like
that.
42.
Yes.
Shout out to that. Because I feel like 50 is definitely a blessing. Hopefully his mentality is 50, because Akeem be on some bullshit. But shout out to Akeem.
He does.
Shout out to Akeem.
For sure.
Girl, 25 is a blessing to make it, and now in this age, you can't even make it past 12.
That's very true.
It's a fast life.
Child.
For sure.
I was about to go South Central Baddies again. My goodness, we ain't even talking about that goddamn. Because you know Cashmere lives a fast life, baby. You know Cashmere lives a fast life.
Live a fast life.
Anyway,
baby, Cashmere has done it all.
That Astro was my favorite. I did say that my favorite, I guess, non-cast member was Astro's homegirl, Chasing Sparks, Pink Wig, who spit the freestyle.
Yes.
I just love her energy. I love her confidence. I was living for her. Like that scene with Astro greeting his friends and then the Dallas crew hanging out with them, that was enjoyable. So I was Astro and his homegirl, my favorites for the episode.
For sure. And definitely comment in the chat what who y'all favorite from the episode was. But yeah, we got 2 votes for Astro, 1 for Ted Lee. I really like Astro. I feel like, you know, even the way he dresses is just it's so unique and so funny and memorable, but he's like, he's not even trying, you know. But you can tell he comes from a family like that. Like even the sit down with his brother and I think his mom, like it was very like they all got personality and you know they all like to talk their shit. So
and I love how he's just like when there was a scene where Dior had said, like he said, Dior had went into his closet and helped me get some clothes
Hmm.
because I don't have none in my little closet because I barely have none. And a lot of people don't be saying that because a lot of these niggas be thinking like, well, the girls, they be thinking like they gotta do it up, So I thought
Right.
that was cool. I mean, it's not cool because the situation. He's not poor, but I thought it was cool how he was just like reminding us like I don't have it all like that. I don't have a lot. I'm not gonna live it up like these other niggas is doing. Like this is just me. If you take it or leave it. That's why I feel like he's one of my favorites out of
Hmm.
everybody. Then
Mm,
Ted Lee and then Keyshawn.
I could see that. I would say, honestly, I could move Astro up to number one. I would say Astro, Ted Lee, and then maybe Dior. Because Dior do be kind of minding his business and he dresses down. I feel like he has the
I
best
like
style out of
Dior.
everybody on the show.
Okay.
I I like Dior, but I wish Dior could show a little bit more of himself, and I feel like he should show more of what he does. Because even YB said it's like we have not
Yeah,
seen you touch hair in 4 years. But
right.
there was a scene where he was doing somebody's hair, and then this time he actually was involved in a fashion show. So
Hmm.
we can't
I
drag him
Yeah,
for
he.
that
definitely
anymore.
I want to see more from Dior this season. I don't know if it's Dior is like checked out this season, but it just seems like
Hmm.
last season he just more kind of like in the mix. Like, baby,
Right.
he was ready to go in that bag at that damn hotel party. I need that Dior back for this season. I want that Dior back. Like,
He was about to go in that bag, baby. Yeah, I miss
yeah,
that.
woulda should.
I'm telling you, it's because they're not getting paid. I'm telling you, he's thinking to himself, why would I go so hard
So
and
do
I'm
you
not getting
think?
paid? It's
Do you
given
think
all the
that?
children wanted me to come back, so I'm just doing this one last hoorah because all the children for the children. That's what it's given.
Okay. Do you think like the platform is no longer worth it?
Oh no, Chasing Reality is that if they did a Chase in New York,
Because that's how I feel. Like I feel like if you're on this show, you got to get something out of it, like you were saying. So I feel like maybe it's the show. Like this show, people watch the show, they follow you, they see what you do. Maybe I want to get my hair done by him. Maybe I want to get styled by him.
here's the thing though. What I've noticed, have y'all noticed every like 90% of all these, let's all of them from every city, everybody has something going on, and on top of that, everybody is associated with a celebrity. Think about it.
Hmm,
Nicole, she's done clients here to celebrities. Andre,
okay.
he's been around celebrities. He brought people from Love and Hip Hop. Who else? Willa, she does people's hair that are famous. Um, Reese knows a couple people. Dior, he has a cousin who just did a song with what NBA Young or some one of them niggas. Everybody got connections in like the whole chasing realm. So it's not like they just taking well, they are taking people kind of off the street, but it's just like everybody got connections everywhere. That's what I like about them. Like Trace, what's his name? Travis, the one that didn't like Dominique, he's good friends with Coco from SWV. I didn't even
Travis
know that.
from.
Travis from the ATL season.
Oh, T Ware?
Yeah. He's good friends
I
with
forgot
Coco
he
from
did that random
SWV.
ass season of of chasing LA. Or chasing Atlanta. I'm like Travis. Oh, yes, T Ware from the shit we do for love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um not Medea. I can't. Like,
You did not have to read that comment.
I'm gonna highlight it too, just for good measure.
Hmm.
But no, I mean I feel like that's kind of what gets them in the view of the people that produce like these chasing reality shows. So like I get what you mean, where it's like they're connected to somebody because that's how they get their following sometimes. Like people shout them out or whatever. But I don't expect to see celebrities on the show, but I do just expect to see like your work and like your trajectory of your work throughout the season,
LA
versus like
definitely had it hands down. Like out of
you think
all the
LA had it
seasons,
okay.
out of all the seasons and out of all the cities, which city do you think like brung it like work wise, drama wise, connection wise, like this is how it should have been from the jump, or like take note because I already know
I
what
would say
city I have in
Dallas.
mind.
I'm saying Dallas because I feel like off the rip they had
Hmm.
Ariel. They had well not off the rip because I think she came like the second season, but like just in general, like they had Ariel, they had Trey who's worked really hard. Dior, like we saw Dior doing like his thing earlier in the season, but just even the way he dresses, like I want him to go into like maybe styling or like some sort of design because he clearly knows what he's doing with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then like yeah, and just even this season now with like Astro and like Ted Lee showing houses, like I feel like Dallas has it, but what do y'all think?
I said Dallas.
I
Okay.
say
I said
LA.
Dallas.
And the reason I say LA is because their first season had drama that was organic.
That was not
Everybody,
organic. That shit was
Baby, that was
toxic.
satanic.
There you
Like,
go. That shit was
it
demonic.
was toxic, but it's like
That,
you put people in a room that don't know that don't know each other and disaster strike. And Andre alone had gotten 3 to 4 celebrity people, or whether they're D-list or A-list, whatever, on the first
mhm.
season out of everybody else that done did their first season or their first or second and even third go around. So they've had more pull in social influencers, celebrities. They had Mr. Ray host a reunion from Love and Hip Hop. Now I'm not trying to sit here and say that makes them the best, like they're over or above, but it's like when it comes to working, they have been working. And then ATL, and then chasing Dallas because Trey Howard, I feel, is the only one that busts his ass or was busting his ass, along with um
I would say Ariel.
Ariel.
Yeah,
Ariel
mm-hmm.
and Trey Howard are the
Ariel.
only ones that actually was like showing like
And Carrie
was
D.
busting their ass.
And Carrie
Carrie
D.
D
Everybody
was,
else
yeah,
is
Carrie
just
D
child's
was.
play.
I also
Oh,
think
and
Houston
Carrie
worked
D, him too.
pretty
Them
hard.
three,
I think
them
I would say
three.
that as well. But
Yeah, their work ethic is
I
phenomenal.
do agree that Andre definitely. I mean, all the people you said, but like specifically Andre, I feel like he is always working and always like every scene. Like one of the like most like I guess he has the most like scenes where he's worked, you know, in his scenes like for his brand. So I agree with that. Um, Montel had Key from Bad Girls. Oh, he had Key and somebody from Love and Hip Hop. I can't remember who it was. He
No, he
also had
did.
modeling his Montel from what was that like season 2 or 3 of Chasing Atlanta?
Atlanta.
Yes.
I feel like
Um
Atlanta's the best out of all because Atlanta just has everything in one. Like I'd be glued when it comes to
that's
Atlanta.
the original. So yeah, I can
Like
see why that's
I can't like I if I had to choose to get rid of whichever city, it would probably be Dallas. Like no disrespect, because LA they work
really.
their asses off.
Really? I'll get rid of LA.
I'm getting rid of
Yeah,
LA.
I'll get rid of
Yeah.
Why
LA,
LA? But
I'm
baby.
why
getting
y'all
rid of
keep saying
LA.
LA though? Why LA?
Just the
Because
first
I
season
just feel like
alone, it was
even this
just so much drama that's first season. Like Hershey said, we just met each other. The
Okay,
fact
but
that
Bad Boys Club season 7 had a lot of drama for no
but
I feel like
that's
reason.
that's
different.
Bad Boys
That's
Club.
Bad Boys Club. Like
Yeah.
chasing
They
drama
young.
and Bad
That's
Boys
I
Club
don't
is I
know.
feel like it's kind of because that's a different like realm. Like of course they're like gonna be in the house drinking and fighting and like disrespecting each other. I just wasn't expecting so much disrespect and just the amount of slurs that were just dropped. That let alone like that first episode of Chasing LA, it was like,
No, yeah,
damn, this what
Drug
we're doing.
that
allegations. I was like,
Yeah, it
dang,
was
you don't even
like
know this girl.
it
You talking
was
about she
season
doing coke
one
in a
of Chasing
bathroom.
LA.
I'm
It was
like,
just it was a bit much, especially for that
yeah.
to be like the debut premiere season. It was just a lot of just negative, nasty drama.
I
So
do like some of the people in LA, like of course Hershey and
yeah,
Andre. But I
mm-hmm.
don't know. Even like the second season in LA, it was like, man, like it wasn't they tried, but it was
but
just
is this how y'all really feel? Is this because of what? Because I feel like ever since Amani like ripped them a new one, it kind of detoured the audience because she has a following. Because before that, everybody was going
no.
so up for it. I feel like everybody
Listen,
was
you
going
could
so up
go
for it, and then
baby, you can go to our first review of the first episode. I think it's called We Just Came to Network. That's it.
Yes,
We were given the same opinions that she was given. Like basically, like even before she gave them, like we were like, why are they arguing? Like, why are
yeah,
they throwing slurs? Why are they
mm-hmm.
being transphobic? Why are they, I don't have anything against anybody on that show. I just feel like it's the weaker show because like well, Atlanta has been on for the longest, so I feel like people have a connection to that one. Also, it's Atlanta, and then on top of that, I feel like Dallas. I feel like they have some hardworking people on there. They have hardworking people on LA too, but like I don't know. I just feel like you had certain people that were just there to be there, and then like the drama was random.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean the drama on Chasing Dallas before the 3 seasons was just like I didn't even know like season 2 was just horrible. Like people been dragging Chasing Dallas way more than LA.
I really
Okay.
don't see it.
I
For
mean,
LA.
yeah, I mean, LA. For me, like I don't mind LA. Like I wouldn't want it to get canceled, but if I had to choose one to go, it would be LA. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
like the LA
But
cast has like presented us with like some pretty cool people, I think. But just I don't know. The first 2 seasons of LA, it was just a bunch of messy drama. Kind of giving
But
what
that was
like
their
this
first
season of
season
Chasing
though.
is giving. People kind of they have the talent to actually have a legit storyline, but they rather go drama and be choosy and pick storylines. That's what LA gives me. Like they have a super talented cast, but some of those cast members just they I don't know. They decided to go like the drama route and it's not interesting.
shout out to Denise Lux, a new face. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
But she said it's LA not highlighting King Payne's YouTube presence for me. That man in the beef sector. Yes.
My goodness.
King Payne was also like a really good person to have on the show. I just don't feel like he was utilized like how they utilize people on Dallas. But,
Right.
you know, different people gonna like different parts. I'm glad that they have a different variety. Where do y'all think they should go next?
New York
Should they?
City because I'm trying to get on. Let me stop because I know you use this if I get into it with them. Like, oh, you was trying to get on. But I will definitely do the first season in New York. Absolutely, first and
Okay.
second.
Do you think it would give something similar to the Come Up New York? Like because that's the only one I can think of.
I feel like we would be
That's
more ghetto. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I would try my best
okay.
to white woman it, but it's just like knowing me. I sit up in here and I try to like preach about this whole they need to do this and do that. It's so easy for me to say it because I'm not in their shoes sometimes, but it's just like I already know once if I step in that battlefield, Lord knows what I would do or what I would say. But
They should pull like a housewife and go like up north. Like chasing Colorado or some shit. Chasing Nebraska, baby.
Ooh.
Chasing Montana. There you go.
Chasing
Montana.
Colorado with all them snow bunnies. My goodness.
that's
Why?
boring. No,
You,
I'd
you
rather
know,
do
she
a
was
chase in
absolutely right about that.
Chicago.
What black people in Colorado? Well, I'm sure there are some black people in Colorado,
This
but
one is,
still,
I'm pretty
like,
sure. Well, I mean,
what
ain't
the
there
black
some
gays in Colorado giving? Let us know.
I'm pretty sure Colorado is lit. I'm pretty sure Colorado is lit. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
Let's
and the
do a
feel like they
mountains
chase
should
in
go
look
New
somewhere up
pretty.
Orleans.
north, somewhere that's like snowy. Maybe go to Canada. Canada. Like
Ooh, chasing
Alberta, Canada.
Toronto.
Chasing Toronto would be cute.
Yeah, that would be
Chasing
cute.
I'd be here for that. Chasing
Ooh,
chasing Toronto.
yeah, that would be cute.
Chasing Toronto would be
And I
cute.
feel like the theme should the like the opening theme should be like Party Next Door's Break from Toronto.
Ooh,
Or
okay.
Miguel's Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Ah, ooh.
Okay. Yes, chasing Toronto would be cute.
Yes,
I'm not mad at
here
that.
for it. New York is way overdue, but I still wonder how that Chicago franchise was going to be. That's also interesting, especially since I live in Chicago. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Chicago might be the easier choice because Chicago just seems like an easier city to film in versus New York. Um, Chicago's expensive, but it ain't New York. So,
True.
No, I feel like
um,
New York needs to come up next.
you because you want to be on the first season.
It's not even that. It's just the fact like all these cities has been like what 7 years Jason's been on, and you ain't been to New York City, and there's people that you have connections. Well, I can't say that, but girl, like call
Would you do
Karan.
the
Well,
Come Up New York?
no. Um, here's the thing with the Come Up New York. I feel like, and this is no disrespect to production, they pick and choose who they want based off they kind of have their personal friends on there. Especially from what I've been hearing from this up season of Bad Boys Club season 8, especially know what I know from some cast members, they all know each other, allegedly. So it's
Hmm.
like I don't feel like it with like the come. I feel like it's not fair sometimes. 'Cause it's like it like the last season was all of O'Neill's friends. It's like, girl, you could have called me, you could have called Justin, you could have called fucking Case to be like a B cast member or something. Imagine me, Case, and Justin and Mitch. Bring back Mitch, even though I don't like the bitch, and Fitz and who else? Montel, and then that whole cast that they had. Imagine all of us on the same show. That would have been like
That
No, I
would be
heard that last
interesting.
season of Bad Boys Club, season 7 was like that. The casting, I think
They
the
all know
casting
each
producer
other.
even said that the people that he casted was like his friends or Karan's friends. So that's why it was basically
They
like,
knew each other. The only
yeah,
one that they didn't
Mm,
know from a hole in the wall was Case. Calvin, he knew Karan like
yeah,
for like a couple years. Like
that was
Calvin
kind
was
of
very
obvious
familiar with some
though.
of them, and it was just
I'm not even gonna
like
hold you
I just
because it
don't
was
like, and that's
like they didn't like Case like off rip, so I was like, oh, maybe he's like the outsider. Because on Bad
yeah.
Girls Club, that was like always the case. Like if a girl came in literally like a couple hours after everybody else, they would pick on her. Like, and it's like okay, but yeah, I could see that for sure. Um, I do feel like
I
the
mean, when you
Midwest
saying
is
it's your
overdue too.
show, what you expect?
Yeah, but I mean, like, he kind of manifested that though, because it became his show. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna lie.
Until
Like,
Calvin showed up, but
it's okay. Okay, so they co-ran. They co. I think they shared the spotlight for that season
and I mean, I don't know. I feel like
because they
Calvin is
was
the
still
breakout
mad at
star.
Case,
I feel
but I
like
do think
Calvin was
Calvin
the
was breakout
breakout
too.
star because I felt like Calvin, it was just, and I even like asked him like, why is it just all like Calvin, 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 Calvin? It's like I just don't. I felt like when he got on, it was just like fuck these other like cast members because it's like But if I had to choose a breakout star from that season, it would definitely be Calvin. Like no disrespect to Case, but it's like it would be Calvin. Like if there's an All Star
Okay,
team, they're definitely calling Calvin. They will call Case, but Calvin's gonna get called first. So
I could see
anybody
that. I
else from that
mean,
season, I don't see it besides Rocky being the OG, and then people like Hayes and Tynell for some reason, but I don't know. That's about it. Everybody else,
I could see
Okay.
that. I do. I would love like a something set in Chicago. I don't even want to be affiliated with it. I just want to see like what like who are they gonna choose to be on a Chicago show? Me being here and like knowing Chicago people, so it's like I wonder who they would choose.
why would
Mm.
you not go on it?
Me? I'm
You? Yeah.
yeah, me.
It's a podcast. You?
Why?
Why?
No,
Get
I'm
your
a
feet
behind
wet like
a
the rest of us.
listen. I'm a behind the camera type of bitch. I'm the type of person that's gonna. I would definitely be like a producer or maybe like something like affiliated with it. But I don't see myself. I feel like I'm too boring. Like
I don't think you're boring. I mean, I'm boring, but I don't care. Like, I like
I
boring.
wouldn't mind being on there. Like I feel like I kind of give boring, but like I wouldn't mind being on a reality show. Like y'all think I should be on a reality show? Should I be
You
on
should, but I'm
the
doing
Clue
Love
of
is a Friends next
Chicago?
season. So yeah, you should.
True, true. And
You
then that could be
should.
my introduction because I'm gonna be one of your friends. So yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that for sure. But no,
Chasing
it would
Reality
be
should have a
interesting.
Chasing Reality should make a show called Sexy and Social since Zeus failed to provide that. So I feel like on
Really?
Dario's show, I
Ooh.
would executive produce that show, like Sexy and Social, ATL, New York, Houston. I even know some people from
Wait,
I
so
even get
sexy and social, what would be the premise?
with like, men and female and trans, give everybody a shot and it'd be like 8 cast members all together. And then after probably like the second season, add in like maybe actually no, 8 cast members is enough. We don't need
Is
that
it like a
much.
dating show? Is it more like
No,
a
it's more so like how Baddies is, but instead the traveling, it's more so like basketball wise type because that's how Baddies was supposed to be, like how Sex and Social was, like how
mhm.
basketball wise is. That's what Baddies was originally supposed to be, but because Natalie's not a good EP, she doesn't give a fuck. We got what we got, so.
Yeah, I don't know why she put them in a house together. I feel like it could have been like Baddies LA, like the baddies
It
from
was
LA.
I feel like it was supposed to be Baddies LA, but because Seven went on Twitter and said like I feel like Zeus should go to each girl's hometown and travel. Natalie stole that and took that idea and ran with it. It was never her idea; it was Seven's idea, and everybody in the comments said that. Because if Seven hadn't said that, there would be no Baddies South. There would be no Baddies West. Now, I was actually on a Baddies Space last night on Twitter, and the senior executive of Zeus was on there. And we were talking to her. Her name was Ashley. She spilled so much tea, but some of the shit I'm just like, you work for them and you're gonna protect your company. So I don't know if she's bullshitting or not, but they're doing Baddies East very soon. And
Ooh, Baddies East, that's gonna be something.
they
The
don't
East,
come
I
to
want to see how
Albany.
the
If
East
they
Coast
come to
girls give it
Albany,
up.
I'll come. If they come to Albany, I'll go see them. But they said that Natalie might be behind the camera this time because they said that she didn't even want to be in front of the camera since the first season. But then I'm
I
just like,
don't.
that's hard to
That's a
believe because it's
lie.
like the way she be
That's a
acting.
lie. She
But that's why
loves being on the show. Like anybody could see that. Like
I'm
for
just saying
sure.
when that lady was saying it last night, I'm just like I said, well, it's hard to tell because it's like she don't act. We all like we it's hard to tell she don't act like that, but she's like, no, she really does not want to be in front of the camera. I'm like, some of this shit is bullshit. Like, no disrespect to you, Miss Ashley, I like you, but I feel like she was kind of like just tell them people what you want to hear. And I ask, y'all know I ask the questions that the comments want to ask. I don't sit here and just be asking to kiss ass, but.
Hmm.
Yeah, we found out some pretty interesting things behind the scenes about Zeus. But yeah,
Okay.
Baddies East is coming, and I'm never auditioning for Zeus because they're just gonna pick people that they already know who are their personal family and friends. So anybody that chooses to go to a Zeus audition and you get what you get, that's what you get. Don't come to us crying. We don't care. Y'all are grown. Y'all know what y'all get yourselves into. Clout is a hell of a drug. That's all I gotta say.
Surely is. I also want to highlight Denise Luck's comment. Thank you for being here, sticking through with us. All night people watching right now. She said, have y'all checked out
I
Jamal's
have.
web series Surviving 305? He did good for his first produced show. I definitely need to check it out, and I definitely want to maybe like do a
Same.
video about it. I know me and Troy were talking about it. Um, but yeah, I'm interested to see what it's giving, especially since what the come up Miami isn't really a thing anymore. Did they get rid of it? I don't remember. But yeah, I'm excited to see like what the show is about because I know it's like all different types of people. It's like girls, guys, like all
Hmm.
different types of people. So that's
It's
cool.
funny because Jamal executive produced that second season of Miami and it didn't do good. And now he's doing his own shit and that shit's doing way better than what he executive produced on Gemini Film. So I find that funny. But
Mhm.
first thing is for everything. I always give people a second chance when it comes to stuff like that. It's not easy doing it the first time around, but
True. And he was producing it, but at the same time, like, I wonder how much he could do because I mean, at the end of the day, it's still Quran's platform, you know? So it's
Right.
like, I don't want to say Quran, like, is the reason why it didn't flourish like it should have, but like, maybe he just needed to go off and do his own thing and, that get popping. And then
could
sometimes it's
have.
the people on the show too. Like, they bring an audience and people will watch whatever they do. So that's
But
true.
just like I
That's
said,
also
it
a
was
fun thing.
all just like the whole O'Neal thing. It was all Jamal's friends, and it was just like, why are you casting your friends? And it wasn't as much of them anyway. It was like what, five of them? At least O'Neal had like eight of them. You get what I'm
I
saying?
think they Yeah, I think they cast their friends out of like loyalty, and then on top of that, it's like, well, who do I know? I feel like a lot of people they don't want to have like auditions, if that makes sense. Like they want to like, oh, well, I know you, I know you, I know you. Like, let's just do a show together. But I agree, I do feel like it should be people that don't know each other because I'm tired of the whole like we're friends, so like I'm gonna treat you a
My
certain way off of
friend,
camera.
my brother. But then when shit
Hmm.
hit the
Yeah,
fan, and then it'd be a whole fucking different story. We've seen this all the time,
for real.
and
I
it's not
personally
that easy. I'm sorry, you can go.
Oh no, I was gonna say Magic User said I personally hate when castmates review the show so you can't join the cast damn. Oh damn. Okay. All right. I mean, I didn't really want to be on the show anyway. So yeah, you're right, Magic User. That's my excuse. Like Magic User says I can't do it. So
I mean, King Payne did his own review of the show, so and a lot of other people did.
mm. I mean, I didn't check it out, no shade. I'm sure it probably did really good, but um yeah, I don't know. I like being a reviewer. I like looking at the shows and giving my opinion. Denise Lux also said they got a straight guy on there, and I think that's cool to show gay and straight men being okay around each other. That man fine too. Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
we need that. But
Yes.
it's
Especially
not
on a
that
gay platform. Because I know some of the men. I mean, look at Bad Boys Club, like Zeus Network, like that whole situation. I feel like sometimes the straights are like they be like,
They knew what they signed up for. It's Bad Boys Club. What'd you expect?
they
What
be
straight
acting
niggas
brand
going
new.
on? What
Like,
straight nigga you know was going on Bad Boys Club? And Natalie had the audacity to sit here and lie on her ass and was like, "Oh, I had Crips and Blood." First of all, you not even from the hood for Crips and Bloods to even come out your mouth.
I'm also
Like,
just thinking
Jesus,
like
girl.
no no shade to the straight men that were on that show, but like what straight man? I'm gay and I don't even want to like sign up to be in a house with a bunch of dudes. Like I'm like, no, I'm good. Like I wouldn't want to do that. So what straight man is like signing up like, yeah, I'm gonna but I mean the show does get like viewership, so maybe, that's what they're going after.
But for the
Uh,
auditions, it's not that hard for them to just go on Instagram and grab somebody that they follow that they don't even fucking know. They only, let's be honest, we all follow each other because of looks and basically what everybody got going on based off of what like you do. Like I'm good looking and you're good looking, so it's like we do like podcasts. So it's like okay, follow, but it's like what do you have more than just looks? That's what makes me want to follow you. I could easily
mhm.
go on my little follow list and just look at somebody and be like, I don't know him, but let me reach out to him. Let me reach out to this person. Let me reach out. That's what they need to start doing instead of just. And you don't have to do auditions. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that's what I feel like Haran and them should have been doing. And I kind of feel like Andario and them have been doing that maybe a little bit, but it's not
Hmm.
that hard. I can randomly go get somebody right now and be like, "Oh, you live close to the. Oh, you want to do a show? Here's a contract and blah blah blah. Let's get on the call. Da da da. It's not that hard.
I mean, I feel like it's definitely easier said than done, though. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like producing a show, like I've never produced, like obviously a web series, but just like producing other content is it's like, especially with these big personalities, it's like you're trying to like wrangle them and then create a storyline from the things that happens, and you want to capture that and like. But I do feel like the whole friend thing, like, oh, you're my friend, so you should be on the show. Like, no, like if the person doesn't have a personality or a lifestyle for this type of stuff, like they should just, be a friend, like, be a supportive friend, I guess. But Trey Carter said Surviving 305 was better, has better substance with the cast. Okay.
I
I'm gonna
agree.
definitely
I've
check that
seen
out
like four
then.
episodes of it. It's way better than the Come Up Miami season two.
Spicy
We
Original.
need an all star.
For what franchise? What
We need an all stars for every show that's out there. Everybody I've interviewed, I've asked if they had an all star
what
show with these like seven different shows that are out there: Bad Boys Club, The Come Up, Chasing LA, G Status, The Real Hot Boys of whenever they're fucking coming back. Even the damn the shows on Now That's TV, like South Central Playboys. I feel like Now That's TV should do
that's a
something.
show. Wait,
South
South
Central
Central
Playboys.
Playboys?
Yeah, they already finished filming the first season. Ralph from Bobby's show is supposed to be on it, but he's in a contract. That's why you don't do
Oh.
everything for fucking fame. But he couldn't go because of that. But they already started filming and they already it look that this big nigga from Bigo, his name is Dre Baby. I don't really be on Bigo like that, but he's on there. Um,
I'm sorry,
yeah,
but I
I'm gonna
can't wait
definitely
to
be
watch
watching
that.
that.
The toxicity that has, my goodness.
Mm.
But anyway, Spicy Original said friends are probably the easiest people to get to shoot a whole reality show for free. Yeah, that's true. And that kind of goes back to what you were saying, Savian, like
Oh
the free
yeah, that
part.
she got me about that. Yeah, she's right about
It's
that.
the yeah, because I
You're
mean,
right.
and rightfully so. Like, I feel like, I'm not here for no unpaid internship. Okay, so I'm definitely not here for no unpaid show. So um imagine you said I'm mostly kidding, but I refuse to watch them. It coincides with a whole lot of wanting the castmates to go live during the show thing. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like again, it goes back to poor storytelling, kind of. Not poor storytelling, but like the storytelling could be better because then they go on live and then they explain what really happened. It's like I shouldn't have to go on live to be like, oh, like this is what actually happened during the show. Like I should be able to watch the show and be like, okay, like this is what happened because they gave me all the pieces to put together for me to understand what happened. But especially original said they either lying or they homeless.
Oh
Oh my
goodness.
goodness. Um Now, if I were in a house with a bunch of OnlyFans dudes, that content already exists, Magic User. Okay, that content is already a thing. Definitely not gonna see it on YouTube or now that's TV, but
Go watch
mm,
Bobby Light's show. You're welcome.
oh, Denise Look said, "Do y'all think Zeus is exploiting gay men for views? Because I honestly don't like how the biggest platform is predominantly Black LGBT
Absolutely.
visibility right now. Yeah, I think honestly, I think
Absolutely.
they exploit everybody to be honest. But I think because even like trans, trans women, they don't really have no trans men, but trans women and gay men, like because they're such a smaller group, it's even worse almost. But I do feel like they exploit people because it's
Hmm.
like these people are so desperate to like just get like some sort of notoriety because they want money, like they want to be able to provide for themselves and their families. So I do feel like they kind of exploit them because you know they
But
put stuff in a certain light.
I can't go on Zeus because even my manager, he even recommended me like I wouldn't even go on that show because think about it. Everybody that's went on there is people who were put on the back burner and trying to resurrect whatever life they have left. Like it's getting to the point where I see Raz B in Orlando on Bad Boys Club Texas. I don't even
He's on
call
Bad
Bad
Boys
Boys Club.
Club.
Yeah, they're on Bad Boys. The whole trailer dropped last night after Baddies West, and I'm just like, and he already getting into with Jonathan. It's just like,
Wow.
and Jonathan's a whole hairstylist, and he just going around just putting his hands on fucking people, and it's just like, bro, no one's gonna want to work with you. Like, y'all really think that Zeus cares about y'all? They really fucking don't. Like, when I
Yeah.
feel like when you go on Zeus, and this is no disrespect, when you go on Zeus, nobody wants to fuck with you. Like, you can't. No network, MTV sponsors, PepsiCo. Y'all gotta realize y'all don't need to sign up for everything. But then I realize it's like there's people who want to stay in the reality lane. There's not a lot of reality options. I mean, look, when's the last time you seen the real world? Bad Girls Club is over. Um, the challenge, they just keep recycling the same fucking people from
True.
we don't got no options, especially as black people, we ain't got no options. So it's like Zeus is our
I think
only option.
I feel like, and that's why I want to like lean towards these like web series because these are people that are creating their own stuff. Like obviously, like most people to have a TV show, it's like, oh, I need investors. I like people think like it's so far fetched because that's TV, but it's like people are watching these web series. But like you said, it is kind of monotonous and it's the same thing. I just want some originality. Come up with a concept that's original that people will like and that will show multiple sides of a person's life and situation and relationships. Like I need that versus just like the same shit over and over again. But okay. Also more importantly, what do you use for your hair and your beard? Because it looks nice. Oh, I'm sorry, they said it always looks nice.
Thank you. Um, for my beard, I use I think it's called like Cremo thickening beard wash, and then I use Cantu rinse out conditioner, and then oil is called like Nappy Styles hair and beard oil. I do that every day, or I wash my beard daily. I condition it and oil it daily, and then I blow dry it and trim it. Like I blow dry it every day. I trim my beard like once a week, and then for my hair, it's I forgot what the fuck that shit is called. It's like soft wave, or it's some type of like shampoo and like wave building lotion that I use. But yeah, it's just I do it daily, and
Yes. Come on, tutorial coming soon.
thank you.
Okay. Um but yeah, Spicy Original, I thought that's what the retreat was supposed to be. Yeah, I want to see a all-star season. I feel like that would be cute. But I just want to see something different. Like I want to see, I don't know, like what if like you get like a bunch of people to like do a project for like, maybe it's like a movie or a commercial or something, but you just get different people and they all work on it. And like at the end of the season, like did they finish the project? Did they not? What does the project look like? I feel like that would be cool, but just something different. Like
We just
I
need
don't
like an
know.
all star with like 12 people from each like web reality show. Like for two
That's a
weeks,
lot
put
of
them in a
people.
house and just, I mean, well, shit. It worked. Listen, Everybody got to get a chance, and there's too many of them. So,
Well, they could have like multiple seasons, maybe. I think.
yeah, multiple seasons, like with different cast members from each like show. Like that's what, or at
Hmm.
least just like do what Now That's TV does, like set like 12 days, like 10 days together. You get what I'm saying? Like they don't really need 2 weeks, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I really feel like Reese G, Ondario, K, not KO, Karan, and even hell, even TTB, they need to like put their little egos to the side, get it the fuck together. You know, go to the Now That's TV people, bring a concept. They have footage and all this other stuff to back up their claims. Get an all-star show going. Have the network fund it, and you can promote the all-star show on YouTube so that us as the audience for Chasing Gemini, all them views will go over to Now That's TV on top of the audience they already have.
That's true.
You can take 12 people, put them in a house for like 12 days, 10 days, and see what happens. I'm tuning the fuck in. I already know who should be on the first season.
I want to see. I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe that would like kind of make the same. I mean, it would be interesting because it's like different people from different seasons of like different shows. But at the same time, just like putting them in the house together again, it's like, okay, they gonna fight. Somebody probably gonna mess around with somebody. Somebody probably gonna steal somebody's shit. Like it's just like, okay, I already know
But
what
it's
it's
not
gonna
more.
give.
I wouldn't think of it more so as fighting, but it's kind of like they should just follow the same symptom for like the retreat. Like I feel like they should all be like doing activities, going out to eat, going to the mall. They
The
should
retreat
like
was
meet
a
with
good
somebody to
idea.
talk about it. Yeah, and then Reese and Dario fucked it up. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like
Oh, I don't even know
egos
that
got in the
tea, but
way. I don't know about it either, but I just feel like they both fucked it up on both parts. Like, and I felt they should have did more. Should have been 8 people instead
mm-hmm.
of 6. And I feel like it should have been like 2 people from each like show, like 2 people from the Chasing reality shows, 2 people from Gemini Films, 2 people from
Mm-hmm.
G Status, 2 people from On the
That
Way
would be
Up.
cute.
Like that's what we need. I don't want to keep seeing like the first season was just all Chasing Dallas people besides Dre Simmer who came from G Status. And then season 2 that's gonna be on Reese G's new channel called Revoice or Revolt, whatever.
Oh, he doing
It's
his own thing now? I didn't know that.
yeah, it's the same stuff. It's 6 people, but Kingpain's on there. Jay Jordan from Real Housewives. I don't know all them other boys, but I don't want it to be like majority of like chasing people. One person from G Status or one person from Gemini Films. Like mix it
Yeah,
up. If you're gonna do 6 people, take one person from each show.
I could see that.
Like
Yeah,
they
a
should do.
compilation. Yeah,
Yeah, and they should do like a one season where it's just dedicated to the trans, like Willa, Nicole, Drew,
that would be
Berlin,
cute. Yeah, they don't have
Kendra,
a show like that.
Ariel, even like Sydney Star, put her in it. Like even maybe somebody from Not STV like Barbie. I'd rather see her than Kendra because Kendra's not Kendra. Kenzie because
Kenzie.
Kenzie do he do too fucking much. She do too
I
fucking
like
much.
Barbie. I like Barbie a
Barbie,
lot.
I feel like could fit in more
She,
with that clique, and that would make a show.
honestly, I liked Jocelyn too. I feel like she would have been a good
Joyce.
choice. Joyce,
Yeah, I
yeah. I
feel
don't,
like
well,
Joyce.
yeah, she goes by. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Joyce. Yeah, she would be a good fit. I feel like that should be like dedicated to just the trans only, and that I would watch that because
Hmm.
we know how Willa could be. We know how Nicole could be. We know how Kendrick could be.
Oh.
Imagine them in a room with Sydney Star and Barbie.
That shit would be a lot. Messages that said, yeah, without rolling rage. Or Bobby Christina. Not Bobby Christina. I can't. People having hopes to make their clout into money but be failing. I'm glad they showed us Kurt Franklin cuss his son out though, because Kirk had a yeah, he was giving
I'm
don't go
glad
to
they
sleep
showed us
vibes.
why Kirk Franklin cussed his son out because
I
Kirk
was
had me
like,
shook.
but yeah, this has been our review. Sorry, it's been kind of all over the place. Um, but yeah, I look forward to the next episode. We'll definitely try to be here. I'm pretty sure Friday. when or the day after the show comes out. And any lasting thoughts on this episode before we peel out? No. I feel like you're so over it, Savian. Like you were just like, I could give two shits. But
No, I'm
yeah, I mean, I
fine.
thought it was a decent episode. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was not bad. The drama was there, but I'm excited to see what's coming next, and I'm excited to see a change in these shows. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, thank you for everybody that stopped by, that came through. Yeah, this has been Key and Carry, where we key and we carry. I've been Damon.
Troy.
And we're here with Savion, and we will see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Thank you for having me.
You're
Of
welcome.
course,
Thank you
no
for
problem.
joining.
Yes, have a good night,
I
everybody.
can't wait
Good
to
night,
do the next
everybody.
one. Like, if I'm invited back.